Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, kids, should I pull my balls out? That's not what I told you to say, Terry. Now let's try this again. And remember, kids, it's one education at a time. Who's in here? Is that you? Oh, it's Dubs. What up? Username was in here too, but I don't know if he's still in here. I didn't mail it yet. I was thinking about it today though. I was like, I'll get to it this week for sure though. Tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, I'll get to it for sure this week. So like by the end of the week, you should have it. Oh yeah, how was you? I got your email, man. Thumbs up to that, bro. I responded to it. What's up, Wade? My hard drives, they do this clicking thing sometimes, and it like stresses me out because that could mean they're like going bad and stuff. You know, it's weird because like I have all my work here on these hard drives, but like if they take a crap on me, then that's it. I lose it because I don't have it double backed up. I should double back everything up. Just have like 2 of them, but I don't. Like in order for me, these hard drives are like 4 or 5 terabytes each. For me to like transfer everything into like a whole new one, that would take me like weeks to do. Because you can't just do it all at once. You got to do like 10 videos at a time and then transfer it. And then, you know what I mean? It would take so long. So I'm kind of hope I don't lose everything, you know? I won't lose everything, but you know, if something happens to it, that's it. It's gone. Actually, Rice Krispie was telling me one time that he like lost, what was it, 1 or 2 hard drives? I don't know what happened to them, but they got messed up. Like if they got wet or something happened to them, dude, and they got ruined, and he like lost a whole bunch of work, dude. And like I think some of it like he never even published yet, so it was like really heartbreaking, man. You know, if you lose a whole bunch of work like that, you spend like hours or weeks of your time, it's just gone. Have a data center do it? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I wonder how much that would cost. Just tell them, hey, get like one of those huge hard drives, dude. Like, what's the biggest hard drive you can get? And then just have them take all my hard drives in there and say, just, I won't take them all in at once because I need some of them, but I'll take them in like one at a time. Say, dump it all on there because I'm on my 6th one now. And some of them are 4 terabytes, some of them are 5. But the first one that I had, I think it was a 4 terabyte, but that one lasted me like a year and a half before, maybe 2 years. Lasted me like 2 years, bro. I just had the one. And before I started running out. But the only reason that first one started running out too is because I switched from 1080 to 4K. I always shot in 1080 in the beginning. And then I switched to 4K, and then right away it ran out. And then now my hard drives last about 6 months. Then I got to get a new one, 4 or 5 terabytes full. So I go through like 10 terabytes a year. And that's like all my rough, like raw stuff. And then I'll export like a rough draft, So to have that, and then not counting like, the intro or stuff, like more fine details, but I'll just do a rough. And then, I have all my other stuff too, like music and graphic design stuff, like, intros and stuff like that in there. Thumbnails are in there, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, 4K fills it up so fast, dude, especially if I was doing 60 frames per second for a while. Oh gosh, dude. I stopped doing that just because of the fact sometimes and I have a really good computer, but sometimes it'll just buffer, if when I'm editing and stuff. Not bad. I mean, I can do it. I can make it work, and I like it. It's just the reason why I started doing 60 frames per second too. It is smoother, but for thumbnails, if they're moving more, I can still get a good thumbnail shot. You know what I mean? 30 frames per second, I can usually get it. But if they're moving too much, like it'll come up blurry, like their hand will be blurry or something, like if they're moving their hand. 60 frames per second, there's less likely for that to happen. That's why I started doing that, because I had some really good thumbnails, but I couldn't use them because he was moving too much. So, but that's a good idea, dude. Yeah, have a data center do it. 20 terabytes is the most cost effective, but I think 80. Okay. So if you get a 20 terabyte, it would be cheaper. So if you got 420 terabytes, that would be cheaper than getting 180. Is that what you're saying? You're like good with computers and stuff, huh? What's up, King Chow Chow? There's little need for 4K. Most people watch on a cell phone. Yeah. Most people watch on a cell phone. That's true. But lately, the amount of people that watch on a TV is actually way up, bro. It used to only be 10%. Now I think it's up to, it's like way higher. I think it's like 30%, dude. It's kind of a lot. So people do watch it. And I think even like, and on your computer too, you can, I think on your TV, on your phone and your computer, you can adjust it to make it 4K. But you know, if you're using, you got to have a good Wi-Fi connection because it'll buffer too if you do that. Okay, my food is ready. So hold on. I see more people coming in. Hey, what's up? Just real quick, say hi to Bill. My image is wishy-washy. Is it like buffering, guys? Is it buffering? Okay, hold on, guys. I got to grab my food real quick. Hold on. I'll just be like 30 seconds. So hot. If it was wishy-washy, that might be because I was just exporting a video. I was using a lot of processing power and my battery's kind of low. It would all have to do with the brand. It would have to be researched. Okay. I don't know what brand's the good one. Oh, is that what you mean? Yeah, it's because I don't have actually green. Like I don't have a green background. So it's going to look kind of weird like that. Sorry about that. I mean, I guess I could get rid of it. I just feel like this looks better than just like my couch back there. Yeah. Got you guys. Everyone's chimed in. Is that annoying? Would you guys rather have no background or is it fine? Yo, what's up? Chas. Buenos noches en español, or good evening. I feel like I gotta be pronouncing your name right, dude. I don't know if that's how you say it. Chas. You're Spanish, right? I know I don't speak Spanish, bro. I just I kind of just look like I do. So but yeah, I was gonna, you like the home feeling? All right, Bill. Well, just for you, bro. Let's switch it up. There we go. You can see my messy couch. So I have like the couch. There's a pillow missing right there because I sit on it. It's like my cushion. So I'm on the floor here. This is like my coffee table, and then like Minnie's right there sleeping. This is how I used to do my live streams back in the old days, man. I didn't have like a little setup over there. And this has been my spot for a grip. Get that photo up there. But hello. So I was actually I was wearing a different hat. This is one of my baseball hats. And I was noticing, dude, like, because I actually I went to the gym today and I weighed myself. I'm at 165 now. So I gained another 5 pounds, which is good. I'm trying to put on weight. So I think I could probably get up to I'd probably gain another 15 pounds and be like close to 180 before I start like cutting. See, I'm kind of just bulking right now. So I got a ways to go because I've weighed 180 before, dude. I was huge. So I'm getting bigger. I've noticed my head is big. That's what I was saying. I put on a hat. My head is bigger, bro. Like I had to loosen my hat and I might like my face looks really full. So I'm getting pretty big. So, which is good because I don't want to be small. Oh, you like that better too? All right. So you guys don't like the thing. You don't like the so Bill, dude, I don't know if have you been in here before, bro? I don't remember you because you're not a regular. So I ask everyone how you found me, you know, like if it was like a link on the DMA channel or what, how you found this channel. So then I had to get Loaf some. I ordered him some things are like belly wrap, what they're called, but it's like a diaper type thing. They're like washable because he keeps like I got a problem with this dog. He keeps peeing and stuff in the house. But I was finally it was to the point I was like I like text the breeder and I was like, hey, do you want to like adopt Loaf and like not adopt him for like for good? I was just like, she's like, what do you mean adopt him? Like you were giving him up? And I was like, no, I mean, I just need to like. I was like, do you want to adopt him so that he can? She wants to breed him because he's the last of that of the litter of his mom, Komoro, which was started their whole family, the whole breeding family. He's the last one that is not neutered, so he's the only one that can keep on Komoro's bloodline. So she wants to breed him anyways, but um, I was like, dude, because basically I'm just keeping him locked in the kitchen most of the day. Like he's out here with me. Like if I'm home, he's out. He's not in the kitchen, but I just can't trust him. He has to sleep in there now. I feel bad because he's slept in the bed with me like his whole life. So now he doesn't know. Like I don't know if he thinks he's punished or what. Because I'm not going to make Minnie sleep in there too. But like he pees in the middle of the night is the thing. He doesn't pee like. So it's like in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping because he knows he's not supposed to do it. So he does it when he thinks he's not going to get caught. So I had to get him these things. I want to try a new thing out. See if it'll work. They're these. They're like little things that like go around him, I guess. Right? It's like a diaper type thing. And then she told me also, you put these in there too. I got a big pack of these Always liners. And you put those in there so that way you don't have to like wash them as much because that absorbs everything. Because they're washable anyways, but she's like, this is what I do because she's like, I already have 4 dogs right now and they're marking all over the place because they're, you know, in competition when like the girls go into heat and stuff and they get in competition and they're pissing. She's like, she totally knows what I'm talking about. She's like, yeah, they're pissing on. She has hardwood floors. That's why I was trying to send him over there for a little bit, but she's got, you know, couches and stuff. And I just got so sick of cleaning the couches. And I was like, that's all I can. I was like, dude, I told her, I was like, yeah, you know, because then I get mad at him and then I feel bad. And she's like, I know. And I get mad, dude. It's like, you know, I'll let it go for a while. Then like, finally, I just get so pissed, man. I'm like, dude, you're freaking ruining my carpet, bro. Like I just spent like $4,000, I think, on new carpet in here. Like it's been like a year and a half. And he's already ruining it, dude. So. Oh yeah, the electrical wholesaler. Okay, I remember. Okay, cool, dude. Right on. Oh yeah, is that what she's about to do? Yeah, so you guys get to see like her. So I was actually going to get her a shot because she has really bad allergies and she scratches, especially right now, springtime. See, she's scratching right now, and like she scratches so bad that her ears get bloody, like they dry up and get the crack and they're bloody, dude. And so I actually had an appointment to get her shot, allergy shot. It lasts like, 2 months, about 6 weeks at least. But then I got arrested, bro. And then that was the day I got arrested. And then they're closed all last week. They were closed because the owner, the vet, he was going out of town. So I was like, fuck, now I got to wait. So I think tomorrow I'm going to call and see if I can get her the shot because her ears might be kind of bloody right now. So she just itches like crazy. She doesn't get those. So, but do you guys want to look at some comments? Yeah. I mean, dude, it's like I would never like not want it. I love them more than anything, but I'm not having more dogs after this, bro. This is it for me because that's why I never wanted to have kids because, maybe because I'm selfish, I guess, but like I can just accomplish so much more. I can't imagine how people are productive or people are successful, put in a whole bunch of work and have kids. You know what I mean? Like I barely have time enough to do anything, dude. I always got to go grocery shopping. I always got to clean the house. I always got to do laundry. I always got all kinds of stuff, right? I got to mail stuff out. I got all kinds of stuff to do. I can't even focus on my work. So I'm like, how do people do it with kids? Like, how is it possible? How do you pick them up from school and then take them to practice and then take them to cheerleading and then, all the stuff you got to do and be successful and like build something, you know what I mean? So I was like, there's no way. I can't even, like, I feel bad at hardly even doing anything with these dogs lately because I'm so busy. So anyways, they're going to be my last ones. Plus I don't do well when dogs die. It's like a nightmare for me, dude. I'm like depressed for like months. Oh yeah. Who's mean to me in the comments? Yeah, people are mean to me. So let's check it out. Let's see here. I don't have anything set up. Just gotta look this up real quick. I should probably. Okay, so. No, we'll go this one. So we'll just check out some comments. I guess I just thought of something different to do. You know what I mean? But I did have some comments that I kind of wanted to show you guys, so that's why I was doing this. But we can actually keep the music on. I guess I don't need to. Let's put a different song in. Nah, I don't like that one. Okay. So let's see who's being mean to me. And it's funny because like I literally, they say like there's no such thing as coincidence and all that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, so read comments, I guess, because I got a couple comments that were pissing me off, so I was gonna read them. And then I was like, oh, okay, I got to come up with a thumbnail. And then like I just kind of was looking. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make one for this. I was like looking at my old thumbnails, and I just came across this thumbnail. This one right here. They were mean to me, and like I never like was gonna use that for a video. I came across that like shot or whatever, like watching the video, and I was like, oh, that's a good shot. You know what I mean? Like, because like they were mean to me, because I think that's literally what she said. She's like, they were being mean to me, right? I was like, that's a good shot right there. So I just clipped it out and like I just made the thumbnail for nothing. Just to like I sent it to her or something, just to show her. I mean, I made that like 2 years ago. So I was like, oh, this is perfect, dude. So it just like worked out. So okay, let's read some comments, I guess. So by the way, guys, we're going to be doing a live stream. This is for Wednesday. Obey or else. That's Rocky Ventures audits. She got arrested by Denver. We're taking pictures, guys. Oh, actually, yeah, let's do it like this. So let's jump out. So Let's check out some comments. Let's see what people are saying here. This is the newest video. And I don't like I can't like every single one, and I mean it depends on how many comments I get. You know, I try to read all of them, but you know, like something like this, I could pretty much read them all, but I'm not going to respond to every single one or like every single one. I just got kind of go through them because then I'll spend too much time doing that. But this is new. I got to read this one. So like this guy right here, TRCU, the real Constitution something. He's actually out here in Inglewood, man. So like, that's why I wanted to read his specifically. And I was like a supporter of this guy. Like I literally, you know, he reached out to me because he had some video with Inglewood, right? And it was a terrible video. And I was like, oh dude, that's crazy. I'm gonna let me do a showcase on that. Send me what you got. And then I was gonna even go to city council, and I had this whole speech written, dude. I just had to fine tune it. Like I wrote the whole thing basically. Actually, no, I didn't write it. I just did all the research. I researched for like an hour, laws and all this stuff that I was gonna do and I was gonna say. And then I had to put the speech together. And then this guy goes up on freaking a troll channel, bro. And like to debate someone. I'm like, dude, why did you do that, bro? Like, you know that you like those channels, like you're not going to convince them. That's the thing. Like, you ever seen those memes where it's like, when you have an argument with someone, is that person capable of trying to see your point of view, you know, at all? Like, if the answer is no, they're so close-minded, then like, why even waste your energy? You know what I mean? That's what they were doing. Like the whole time they were just making fun of him. And like, I was like, dude, why did you do that? And, you know, I tried to actually go out and record with this guy. I had DirectD over here and everything. I was like, hey man, like we're going out. Do you want to come? And like, he kept ditching me and not telling me like, you know, oh yeah, we'll see what's good or whatever. And then he just like wouldn't come. He was too scared to like tell me. And I'm like, dude. And then I saw he went up on the troll channel. Dude, you can make time for the troll channel, but not me, bro. So that's why it's like, that guy. But I mean, he's pretty good. He's got, you know, his heart's in the right place and stuff. He pissed me off with that. So, oh yeah. So people say stuff like this, dude. So we're gonna be on a little bit low vibration. I feel a little low vibration right now. So what was the warrant? Like people say stuff like this. And so then I said, tell me you didn't watch the full video without telling me you didn't watch the full video. Because, I mean, obviously I'm going to say what the warrant was. I mean, but like when you start skipping past parts, you know, that you think are boring, then like, you know, when I do the voiceovers and stuff, well, you're not going to know now. I'm not going to tell you in the comment section, you're skipping past the video. But this one right here is the one here. Same video again for the 49th time. This channel is pure recycled content now. Unsubscribing because it is now trash. So this guy right here is a dummy. Let's see what he is. His name's Coden. What is his name? Oh, code name Lumiere, I guess. Look at him, dude. Oh, look at this guy, dude. He's a boss, dude. He's badass. Look at this guy right here. He's gangster, dude. He's got 100 subscribers with 343 videos. So anyways, the reason why, so let's jump back into this one. I guess I kind of lost my spot. Let's go back. Oh, I got to go back to newest and all that. And make sure everything's kosher. So I don't have double screen, so I got to always check on it, make sure everything's fine. Nope, I think I went too far. Okay, this guy. So it's true. I have published this video, like, you know, it's on the backup channel and, you know, I put it on the original channel, but I was shadow banned. So it got like hardly any views. And that's why the one that I just published now is not doing that great, because some people did see it even through the shadow ban. So people just click off. and then that hurts the algorithm. Because this video, if I wasn't shadow banned, I feel like it would have been like one of the big ones, like a really, really good video, but it's not, because you know, about 17,000 people already saw it. And so like 17,000 people just click off right away because they already saw it. That hurts the algorithm. So like, it's kind of like the screw, just got screwed. But when people say stuff like this, it's not 49th time, you know, like the second, but it is on the backup channel too. Pure recycled content. Well, yeah, I mean, when you make a comment like that, and clearly you don't know that, you know, I've said publicly, I don't know, like a dozen times, probably more than that, like probably 20 or 30 times, that the main DMA channel is just for compilations and, you know, recycled content, right? Because you can recycle your own content. That's part of terms and conditions. You just have to change it. You can't be like the exact same stuff. So clearly this guy missed the memo where I said a whole bunch of times that that's what this channel is for. But then he says he's unsubscribing because it's now trash. It's trash, dude. It's straight up trash, bro. I said, too bad there's not a severance package for you. Bye. I mean, really? Like, seriously, dude? Like, I'm not going to miss you, bro. Bye. I just told him, you know, I told him, like, that's what this channel was about. This channel was just barely recycled content, as you want to put it. But I said, you know, it's not going to be now because, you know, it finally went away. But like, please stay unsubscribed, though. Like, please, dude, like, I'm serious. Please stay unsubscribed. Don't subscribe back, bro. Like, stay not watching my videos ever again. Because like these types of comments, like, they don't, like, you're just one of those guys that this is one of those guys that he just wants to be entertained. You know what I mean? Same video for the 49th time. He doesn't care, dude. I can tell by this comment that he's not really for the movement. He just wants to see something crazy and someone get arrested. And like, is this guy going to be making phone calls to the Inglewood Police Department saying how shameful that was? No. Is this guy going to be donating to me after I get arrested? No. This guy just wants to be entertained, bro. That's all. That's why he says he's unsubscribing. So now my channel's trash now, right? You can tell the type of people that, you know, unfortunately, there's kind of a lot of these guys, you know, in the community. They just want to be entertained. That's it. They don't really care about anything else. So good riddance to this loser right here. Should we leave him a comment? What's his? Let's see what his best video is. His best video is 275 views. Wow, man, he's killing it, bro. Killing it. Nah, I'm not gonna leave him a comment. Not even worth it. So let's jump back. I mean, I guess I'm kind of, like I said, being on a low vibration a little bit, but I'm trying to think of something to do. But I'm not going to leave him a comment, though. It's not that big a deal. You're not in my head that much. But let's see if there's any comments in here from people that we know. At least read the ones that people... I should probably put my glasses on so I can see better. Oh, here's Auditing Erie County. The thumbs up. And he's talking about Lane. The officer Lane, not Lane Myers. But I think there's probably some people that are up to comment that are probably in this chat right now. I'm gonna read those at least. So like I can, you know, if there's like 300, I can read them all, but once there starts getting like thousands, I can't read them all. I'm pretty sure Cute the Audit had one in here. And Dubs. Dubs always leaves a comment on every video. Hope I didn't miss it. I mean, it's still kind of a lot. This guy, you guys know him, Audit Recon, he always leaves a comment. Yeah, they think they have the power to control our lives. They don't. They don't, man. Like, they just think that you have to, like, listen to them no matter what. Oh, I didn't even see what this guy said. Go for the good work. Thanks, dog. Appreciate that, dude. Yeah, he's an animal, bro. And just so you know, guys, if you guys leave, you know, like I might read this, but like when you guys, people leave like a gigantic, long, like several paragraph comment, dude, I don't read it, bro. I don't have time to sit there and read that, dude. Like the most like likes you're gonna get from my comments are the ones that are like short like this. So I'm sweet and simple, dude. And then you know what else I noticed too, guys? See how people are calling me Chris? You know why people are calling me Chris now? I noticed ever since Rocky Ventures Audits keeps calling me Chris. People calling me Chris, and like, you know, I don't really like that. I like, my name's Christopher, and I told her, I was like, hey, I prefer Christopher. And she's like, oh, okay. And she's been trying to call me Christopher now. But like, no one ever called me Chris until she did that video, and then now everyone's calling me Chris. So, I mean, actually, I prefer DMA, but like Christopher is fine too. But I messed up on her name too. I called her in the text. I was like RMVA, and it's not RMVA, it's RVA. It's Rocky Ventures Audits. But for whatever reason, I was thinking in my head Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain Ventures Audits, but it's not. So I messed her name up too. So this guy's, you guys know this guy, Dirty Plumbus. He's always in the comment section. Oh, here's Dubs. Look, and his got 30 likes. So the process is the punishment. What a bunch of tyrants. Yep. Looking out, Dubs. Dubs one of my biggest fans. Oh, look, here's Q the Audits too. Oh, look, here's another Dubs one. This is business. Dirt. And then we got Q the Audit 2519. He's not worthy of doing the whole I said good day, sir thing. Great video. I love how the flashbacks were mixed in. Also, the back and forth viewpoint with your camera and the Cowardly Lion's body cam was nice. Thanks. I appreciate that you like the editing. Old Willy Wonka does. Only Willy Wonka does. So, like these ones right here, like see this? Love your videos. Keep up the good work. I'm gonna more likely like read those and hit a thing. But like when they start getting super long. Oh, wait, is this not pinned? Did I not pin this? What is this? Please tell me I fucking didn't forget to pin this, dude. If I did, I'm gonna be pissed. No, it is pinned. Okay. Just showing up down there too. Okay, cool. So like, you know, if you're a member, then you get your name pinned in every comment, and it's also in the description too. So the members are very low now. Like there's not that many. I mean, that's still a lot. I'm still grateful, but you know, like I did say I was abandoning the channel, so like 75% of the members I kind of ditched out. But you do get your name mentioned here, and you get other perks too. So so let's go back to some comments here and see what was going on here before we go to the next video. Yeah, I know you gave up all memberships. It's all good, brother. Like, dude, I mean, I appreciate, like, so I don't want people to feel like if you're a member and then like you can't be a member and you know, like then you have to cancel your membership, that like I'm gonna be offended or something like that. I don't want you to think that, dude, because that's not true. Like I understand, dude. I had to cancel a bunch. I used to be a member on like a whole bunch of channels because I want to, like, I want to support all these people. I do, but I can't. Like I was like, dude, I gotta get my finances better, man. And I was like subscribed members to all these channels, and so I had to cut it down to like only like the ones that are like, or the extreme that are like. So I get it, dude. And so don't feel bad if you're a member for a little while and then you cancel it. It's fine, dude. I don't care about that. You know, I care about you watching the video. That's what I care about. I care about that you subscribe because that's free, but I mainly care about that you just watch the video from beginning to end and don't skip through it, right? Like when I watch my friends' videos, like when I watch like Rocky Ventures Audits, which is kind of, I got to get with her and we got to get her better at editing, get her to cut out the boring parts because it is kind of, You know, sometimes she leaves too much. I know she leaves too much stuff in that she shouldn't leave it. But like, if you want to really support, you watch the video from beginning to end and you don't skip through parts. That's the main thing that's going to help their channel. Not subscribing, you know, none of that stuff. Just retention, watching their video from beginning to end without skipping through. That's why I try to edit my videos to make them so that people won't want to skip through, even though sometimes I do, because, you know, I have to put certain parts in. But so when I support people, like, and whenever I click on, you know, I click on a Cue the Audit video, like, yeah, once I click on it, that's a commitment, dude. Like, I don't skip through. I watch the whole thing. And I even told her, I was like, dude, you know, I think I gave her some constructive criticism. I was like, maybe some of these parts you should, like, you know, just clip out so people don't skip through. And it's true. You'll get more views that way. Promise you. Why do you think that the edited videos get way more views than live streams? Because live streams, people just skip through. They don't want to watch all that, nothing going on, right? Like, think about like yourself when you're watching an audit. You skip through and like nothing's happening, just kind of boring stuff. Everyone does it. So even though you might want to hear it, maybe somebody else doesn't. So that's the main thing you can do. So if you can't be a member, because like, you know, Brandon Mitchell, dude, he was like a $50 a month member, dude. He's a platinum tier, bro. He used to get all the shout outs, man, for sponsoring all my videos. And then, you know, he can't do it anymore. I mean, that's a lot of money, dude. It's a lot of money to sponsor a video. So don't even sweat if you have to cancel, is what I'm saying here. Hey, what's up, Big Stank? See you, dog. Yeah, no, I feel you, dude. It was a premiere. I just couldn't. I don't know how long I'd be sitting there. Yeah, and that's why I need to talk with her. You know, we need to talk about it. I probably need to get with her, like help her, because I told her, but I don't know what editing she's using. But when I first did her showcase, I was like, I'm basically doing your video, but it's like in my way, so you can kind of see like parts that I cut out, and you can see, you know, how I do it. And she's like, oh, okay. But then she still just kind of, she leaves it raw, dude. And she get way more views. Dude, her channel could be really big if she cut out more boring parts, I think. That's all she needs to do. I like uncut and trimmed. I don't know what that means. Uncut and trimmed. Is that a sexual thing? I like when you commented on the hater on Cue the Audit channel. The haters hate a lot of nothing and to say and have a fast pace of a seasoned vet. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, let's actually look at that real quick. Let's look at that, because let's go see what her video. I haven't even read her comments in a while, so, but she has so many views now on that. Okay, so she's got this one. And I don't think that, like, if you know, pause it like that and don't watch, like, once you watch the whole thing completely, like on this channel, I've watched the whole video. So now if I come back and I just pause it right away so I can do this, I don't think that hurts the algorithm, because now it's just like a rewatch. If anything, it's better because I clicked on it twice, right? So she has 116 freaking comments on here. Oh, look, here it is. There's one of mine. It's on the top ones. Another genius. Oh, let me make sure that this is showing up. Okay. Another genius that walks up to the camera hollering about not being filmed, thus literally making herself the star. That's true. I mean, that's like the most common thing that happens, right? So, but there was another one where I was sticking up for her in here because they were saying dumb stuff, man, that pissed me off. Let's see what that was. Well, I got to change this song, dude, because the song's getting annoying to me now. Can't listen to the same song out for that long in a row. Okay, there we go. Let's see where my other comment is. Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't a comment. It was like I was replying to someone, right? Okay, hold on. Let's see if you can find that. Oh, look, we got Rocky Ventures Audits in here. Look, never much audits. And I had a woman come straight up to my camera and say she didn't want to be recorded. Then she went to the front desk and filed a complaint on me. Look, that's cool. That was 8 days ago. That's cool. So look, you got her too. She knows about you. That's cool. Heck yeah, dude. Rocky Ventures Audits knows about you. Oh, look, there's John Winchester. Like and leave a comment. Oh, you're also a Karen. I mean, dude, she got tons of love on this first video, dude. I love your YouTube channel. Oh, Fifth River Rat. I know him. I mean, it's funny because you can like see. Oh, here's Frake Pants. You can like notice like the same people, right? Like Sly Shy, she's pretty famous, right? There's people that you recognize, but like, you know, there's also people like Long Island. If you go to like a Long Island comment section or a Long Island, you know, stream and look at the live chat, there's people that you don't know. And it's because there are certain people that they just watch Long Island. Like that's it. They don't watch anyone else. It's just him. And so he has like his own audience. That's why his channel's so big, because he has like his own audience. They only watch him. And then you got the rest of the people that, you know, they're okay with, you know, like you guys, you're okay with, you know, you be respectful and nice to people, but you know, you don't just get kind of punked, dude. Like, you know, it's okay to say fuck every now and then, and, you know, to get aggressive with somebody when they're trying to violate your rights. Like you guys are cool with that. So it's like a different demographic of subscribers. There's other people that just, you have to be calm and respectful, no matter, I don't care if they're punching you in the face. You need to take some lessons from Long Island and just be totally respectful no matter what. There's some people that are like that, dude. Okay, we got Wicked Wimbley in here, bro. Nice work. Next time, point out that Karen was being recorded by the police while arguing with you about recording her. She was literally standing in front of the cameras. Nice work, though. Good luck with the whole voice thing. Yeah, I know. Good luck with that voice thing. I know you're still dealing with that. Oh, look, and this is Suser's. This is her backup channel. I checked it out. It's her other channel. I do that too. I like, you know, got to get the, you know, in the algorithm. Got to do whatever you can do. I only do that with like my little small channels, though. I don't do it with like the main channels. But I feel you on that. So, anyways. So that is that one. I don't know what oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to look at the one where I was standing up for. I totally messed up the whole point of me doing this. Okay, I got to find it. See if I can find it. I don't know. Or did you delete that? Oh, let me see. Did you delete the comment? Let me make sure. No, I don't think you deleted it. Okay, so let's check, see if I can find it. See, look for a hater comment. Yeah, this is true. When you walk up to a camera, you're giving consent, whether you realize it or not. And people just like don't get that, man. Like, it's crazy. Do they have a thing where it's like oldest? Sort by only old. Okay, forget it. It's not gonna help. I forgot to keep looking for that. I'm just reading some of these other ones. He's from New Mexico. Cool. I guess I should just look for ones that are not. Oh, this is a boring one. I think this is it. This is a boring one. A lot of old people shuffling around, car noise, and heavy breathing. Just show us the Karens and confrontations and get off stage. This is the one. So like, this is what I'm talking about. The people that want to just be entertained. Remember, like that other guy that was on mine. Do you think this guy right here, or this whatever his name is going to be there? Like when Q the Audits gets arrested, is he going to be making phone calls at the jail and giving them hell and petitioning his government for redress of grievances? Is he going to be making donations to her Cash App and PayPal and Venmo, for bond and attorney fees, right? So like this guy right here, this is a boring one. Like this guy just wants to be entertained. He doesn't give a shit about the movement, about freedom. I mean, he might care about it. He likes it. You know what I mean? He does. But like, he's not there for you though. Like he just wants you to give him what he needs. You know what I mean? Give him his endorphin hits and get off stage. That's what he says, loser. I said, this is her first audit. Constructive criticism is good if it's constructive. Condescending criticism like yours, coming from someone who has no audits on their channel, only makes you look foolish. I bet you just want to be entertained and don't care about making change. You just want to belittle those who are trying. Yeah. Straight up, dude. Like what I just said. I basically said the same thing that I just said now. So, and everyone's sticking up for her in here. Oh, except for this guy. I'm literally being constructive by telling her how her video can be better. Cut out the boring parts, keep in the interesting parts. Maybe you just don't like my answers. Well, yeah. I mean, and I said the same thing, right? But see, my criticism was constructive, right? There's a difference. So like I said in the beginning, constructive criticism is good if it's constructive though. Like I told Q the Audit too, I think in another comment, or maybe, I don't know if I did publicly. I don't know how I did it. Like, maybe cut out some of these parts, but that's constructive. But like straight up saying this is a boring one and then like complaining about the whole thing and, like just show us the Karens and get off stage like that. How is that constructive, bro? That's just like being that's not constructive. By telling her how her video can be better. Well, I mean, you're basically just like making fun of her and like, that's not, I don't consider that constructive criticism. I just consider that criticism. It's not constructive though. It's definitely criticism, sure. Yes, cut out the boring parts. Like if you're here to help people and you help the movement, how do you think that just telling people that their video is boring and just get to the Karens and get out, like, is that really helping them? Is that motivating them to want to make more videos? You know what I mean? Like you're like a cancer to the movement, bro. Like by saying stuff like that, dude. Like you're the kind of guy that I just want to like I could care less if you just stop watching, bro. You're a loser. Yeah, keep the interesting parts. That way I can just be entertained. And when you get arrested, I won't make a single phone call or make a single donation or make a single share on my, personal social medias. I just want to see you get arrested. So, it entertains me, right? That's all he cares about. Loser. Fuck that guy, man. So. That's true. Yeah, but it's okay because don't the comments help the algorithm? So it doesn't matter if it's bad. Yeah, that's true. Like there's a lot of people, like a lot of times I'll just block people though. I won't delete their comments. I'll just block them. And the reason I do that is because when I first started my channel, I used to try to have like, people would disagree with me and that's fine. And I would try to have like some type of argument in there in the comment section and explain my point of view. But the problem is, like I said, like that guy that I was talking about that went up on that troll channel to have a debate, is that those people are so close-minded. There's nothing you're going to say that's ever going to change their mind. So all you're doing is like feeding their channel. Like all that guy did by going up on that troll channel was give him more content to show to his viewers, where his entire audience, they were saying like the N-word. They're calling him the N-word. He's a black dude, calling him the N-word. Like just this is the type of low vibrational people. They're these trolls, right? They say like, oh, you need to get a life. I need to get a life, even though you follow my channel just so you can watch stuff that you don't like to be pissed off. And then not only that, you follow all my channels. Like they follow my spiritual channel and this channel, like all my other channels too. Like, but I need to get a life. So after I realized, oh, there's no getting through these people. Like there's nothing you could say to them and try to be reasonable, or they're not going to ever think outside the box. They're not going to listen to understand. They're just going to listen to respond. And those type of people, then I just forget it now. Like there's even certain people that'll say certain things. I'm like, oh, I want to comment so bad back on this because I have a good comment to rebuttal what you're saying about me right now. But I'm like, it's not worth it. Like he's not going to see it that way. You know what I mean? He's just going to keep responding more about how I'm just antagonizing people. So I just block them. It's true. I do. I block them. And then, you got people too like, oh, it's free speech. You're about free speech. Well, yeah, I am about free speech. But just because I block someone on my personal, I mean, are you about free speech? Like, do you think that if you own a business that like people should just come into your restaurant or your, whatever you own, whatever you do, car dealership, whatever, and just say whatever they want inside your private business? Right? No one thinks that, right? You don't think that, right? I can't just go into, a Honda dealership and just start talking trash about all the, the salespeople with no intention of buying a car. Oh, you're a loser, or you suck, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, they'll just kick me out, bro. And if I don't leave, then they'll just call the cops and I'll just get, criminally trespassed from there. Right? It's not free speech, man. Like the free speech that we're talking about is, public. Like if I'm on a sidewalk or I'm in a public building, that's free speech, bro. My personal private platform, like you can't come into my house and just start talking shit to me. Like I'll just kick you out, bro. I don't have to put up with your shit in my own house. Same thing with this. This is my personal platform. I don't have to put up with your shit. And I'll try to, like I said, I tried to in the beginning, but I just quickly realized that there's no getting through or there's nothing that I can do, man. So I just block them now. If you're blocked. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Frank Pants. I think he doesn't like me anymore. I think he used to be like a member and everything. I think he doesn't like me. I don't know what I did. What'd I do? I did some stuff. I've done a lot of stuff to piss people off. What was it that I did though? A whole bunch of people like turned against me at one point or something. I'm trying to think what it was. But I'm pretty sure that guy doesn't like me anymore. Oh, okay. If you click on the civil rights lawyer videos in the minutes, civil rights lawyer video in the minutes after he posts, you'll notice that nearly all of the comments are from bots. I've never noticed that. How do you know that they're from bots though? And so like, people have said stuff like about, Long Island too, for that too, like with the whole, like, I know everyone in the community and all, like, if you go to Long Island, like there's no one that I know, like, a few here and there, but like, there's a bunch of people I never even heard of at all. That's why I started saying, well, he has his own audience, bro. Because there were people that were saying that I know, they were saying, dude, he buys subscribers and he buys comments and all that shit. I'm not saying that he does that. I don't want people to go tell him, DMA saying this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is what this person was saying. But then you say stuff like, the civil rights lawyer, which is also a huge channel just like his, stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be what I'm saying. It could be that maybe they're not bots. Maybe they're just people that just watch that. Like Audit the Audit, there's people that they only watch Lackluster and Audit the Audit. Dude, they don't watch the actual auditors because they'd rather just kind of get the gist of it and, the better edited version, right? Without all the boring parts, they just want to get down to the nitty gritty and explain it. And bam, they'd be done. Get their endorphin hits and they're out of here. So that could be part of it too, though. I'm not saying they're buying subs and stuff like that, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. How do you know that they're an actual bot? Oh shit, I didn't know you knew Leroy Truth, dude. You know Leroy? Dang, bro. Yo, what's up, John? How long you been in here? I read your comment. We're just reading comments. I read your comment. They just watch the content thieves that make nothing of their own. Yeah, that's true. And you know, like some people think that about like the showcasers. And you know, I said on my last show, I think that I love the showcasers because they're helping us. You know, anytime someone gets showcased by Lackluster, dude, it's like, yeah, I made Lackluster. You know, I made Lackluster, I think 3 times. And it's like, you know, it's like an accomplishment, dude. It's like, yeah, I made Lackluster. Because it helps you grow. Yeah, of course they make a bunch of money on there. You know, of course his video gets 500,000 views and mine got 50. You know, but like, so, I mean, who cares? I don't care. So, but you know, the channels that like make fun of you and they spread misinformation and they mislead their audience because they hate freedom so bad. And some of them aren't even Americans. You know, one of the biggest ones, he lives in Canada. It's not even, he doesn't even live here. They're definitely bots. I tried scrolling back to screenshot for you, but my hand is getting tired. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I can't. I think that, okay, we'll say hypothetically, if that's what's happening, then I don't know, man. Because like, here's the thing. If you're buying, let's say you're buying views. I always wondered about this because I've never bought a single view. I've never bought a single subscriber. I've never bought a single comment. Everything about my growth is pure organic. So if somebody buys like a bunch of views, I always thought about this. Well, if you buy the view, then do you still get paid for that view though? Like if you buy the view, do they view the whole video and like watch every ad? Like, do you make money off that too? You know what I mean? Like maybe that's why some people do it, because it's not just for looks. Like I'm spending all this money buying views, but I'm also, you know, making a bunch of money, like, because they're watching all my ads. I get a full view out of it. You know what I mean? Still a view. So, and that's a reason too why like a lot like YouTube, like Google will delete a bunch of subscribers. If I never had, you know, Google deleting my own subscribers, dude, I'd be, and all of us would be more. I'd have so many more subscribers. I've had so many people tell me that they've had to resubscribe to me a bunch of times. And it's because like they think maybe it's a bot subscription. That's why I always say, like, if you're going to subscribe to someone, don't just click on their link and subscribe and then just don't watch any video or anything. At least click on the video and hit the like button or something and then subscribe. Because I've noticed it myself, like when like I would go into place and people would help me get subscribers, like on my smaller channels. Hey, go subscribe to Empirical Miracle, and I get like 15 subscribers. And the next day it'd go down to 10, I'd lose 5. Like the very next day I'd lose 5 because those people didn't actually watch a video or anything. They just went to my channel, hit subscribe, and then went back to their live stream. So YouTube thinks that that's a bot. They wanted to subscribe, but they might think, oh, it's just a bot subscription, just to get rid of those. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys, I have to pee, so I'll put you guys something on here. I actually found a new thing. I can loop this in case I could take too long. But I don't know if I have anything new for you guys. I'll do this one. It's kind of new.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. lot, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
You know what? Thanks for sticking with me, guys. I was watching these like older intros and stuff that I did like, way back in the day. I would totally do them so much different now. So like that one, there's certain parts that like I'm learning, as you go. Like if it's just a still shot, you don't want to just leave it as a still shot. You like kind of want to like zoom in slowly to it, so it's not just, you always want things to be moving. And like, that's why I like different camera angles. So like if you work with someone else and you do an audit with someone else, you guys should share each other's footage. And you don't want to use a whole bunch of your partner's footage, you know what I mean? But like every now and then, if you're like on a specific scene for a while, switch over to his angle, and just cut to that one and play that one for, 30 seconds and then switch back to yours. Just every now and then switch it up because it keeps your audience engaged longer. And I've learned that. So I always try to get, and I'm always happy to give anyone I work with all my raw footage, dude. Feel free to use whatever you want, and in hopes that I can use with it, their stuff. Like that last video, Rocky Ventures Audit, she gave me her footage so I could use it. It makes for a better video. It really does. And have different angles on yourself too. If you got your body cam, or I use my cell phone, I don't have a body cam, I'll cut back and forth and stuff. It makes it for a better video. So. Oh yeah, right on, dude. Yeah, they showcase and make their own content. That's true. Some people, they put in the work and then they just want to go straight to showcasing, and they very rarely will do something. I don't want to play that one. It gets messed up. But, and like I said, like, I feel like it's a disservice if your channel starts to get big and you don't showcase ever. But like, if you're still out in the field and you're recording your own videos, you can't just showcase a lot. Like I only showcase like very rarely, because I don't have time. I get people that hit me up, want me to showcase their videos. And if I was a showcaser, yeah, great. I could do that. But like, I don't, and I don't do it because, I don't get that many views on most of my showcases anyways, because I'm not really known as a showcaser. If people want to watch showcases, they'll just go watch Lackluster or Audit the Audit, or San Joaquin. They're going to watch me. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them have a lot of views, but most of them don't. So for me to spend, take, 40 hours off of my own stuff to work on your stuff, I only do it if it's like, if I'm really important to me, like, oh, this guy did something in Inglewood, or this guy did something in Sheridan. Like I gotta have to do that. Or Rocky Ventures Audits, dude. Like she's out here in Denver, like I gotta help her. But otherwise, people, they want you to do stuff for free too. Like they want me to spend, 40 hours working on their video, and I only get, say I get, 30,000 views on it. So I make $100, like $100 for 40 hours of work. That's slave labor, dude. Like, nah, man, like you got to make a donation or something, dude. I'm not I'm not lackluster, bro. I don't get, 500,000 million views every video. So then they get, oh, it's about the movement. It should be about the money. Well, yeah, dude, it is about the movement. But I mean, dude, I got to eat too, bro. Shit. Okay, yeah. Yeah, do that. And then email it to me. Oh, I love 360 cams, dude. I love 360 cams. I want to get one. I definitely, if I get my crotch rocket, which I want to get, I don't know yet, dude. When I sell my condo and I get out of debt, I might buy a crotch rocket, dude. Just I gotta have. You always should take care of yourself first. One thing that my grandfather taught me, dude, is a great mentor of mine, like super financially successful. He's self-made. He's not. He didn't come into old money. He's new money. He lived poor his whole life, and then he started his business. Hard worker, didn't have a college education, dude, but a really intelligent man, and became a millionaire. And one thing he told me is like, the first thing you do with every paycheck is you take care of yourself. Because if you're just working just to pay bills and just to do all this stuff and save, then you're not doing yourself any good. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You have to live life too. So, and I don't care if you're that broke, then, like back in the days, you say you buy a CD or something, like you don't have to go spend, a whole bunch of money, like to go buy a CD with every check or, something, you know what I mean? It's for you. And then you take the rest and you put that in the savings, this percent in the savings, and then you do this for your bills, all that. Tell me how to manage my money. So when I sell the condo and I pay all my debt off, and then maybe that's what I'll do. I think maybe I'll buy a crotch. I know that's more than a CD, but I mean, I've always wanted one, and I'm getting older, dude. It's like, if I don't get one now, here's the thing, dude, about money is like, I don't think I'm ever going to be like homeless. You know what I mean? Like things could get bad, but I'm never going to be like on the streets, and I could die tomorrow, dude. Think about people saving money and I can't afford that. Dude, you could die tomorrow, dude. Then what would you think? Oh man, thank God I saved all that money and didn't have shit that I was trying to save. You know what I mean? Like, think about it that way too. Like, you can't take the money with you anyways when you die. Like, you should enjoy it, right? That's one thing about my grandfather that I told you guys I used to get mad about. Not mad, but I'll be like, come on. He would come out here and he'd take the freaking train, bro, or the train. No, he's taking the bus from Albuquerque or from Belen, New Mexico to Denver. I'm like, Grandpa, you're old, dude. Why are you taking the bus, man? Why don't you just take a plane? Oh, it's cheaper this way. I'm like, yeah, but you have so much money, like you can't even spend it. Like, just take care of yourself. You're older. That was always his thought process, that he's thrifty. You die and you can't take it with you. So you might as well, use some of it too, to enjoy it. I'd rather die, if I sell the condo in a month and then I have the crotch rocket for 6 months and then I die, I'd rather that happen, that I lose 10,000 on the crotch rocket, but I had it at least and experienced it, and then just saved it, right? I saved the extra 10,000 and then I died anyways. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't be irresponsible and just, like you're going to get evicted out of your place because you can't pay. No, I'm not saying that, but always take care of yourself, though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, well, I mean, that's true. You don't have much protection. And I'm going to be a guy about it. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not going to be a guy about it, dude. So guys, they get something like that and they want to see what it can do. So I'm going to see what it can do. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not going to go fast. But I'm not even an experienced rider, dude. So I'm not going to be driving crazy, but I take risks, bro. I do. I'm sorry. I take risks. If you look at all the successful people in the United States or anywhere really, they take more risks. How do you think CEOs become CEOs? by taking risks. How do you think successful entrepreneurs become successful entrepreneurs? They took risks. People that play it safe all the time, they're not successful. It's like duality. Remember duality? The 3D reality that we live in is dualistic by nature. So without the risk, there's no reward. You can't just like play safe all the time and then expect to be super successful. There's no way, dude. So the people that put it all on the line, take all the risks, they're the ones that get the success. So yeah, I'm going to take a risk, but I don't think I'm going to be driving crazy. I'm not going to be like driving totally irresponsible. I mean, I am going to, sure. I'm going to admit that, but I'm not going to be doing it all the time. Like sometimes I see these videos on YouTube, these guys driving all weaving in and out of traffic, like super crazy. I'm like, no, dude, I'll never do stuff like that. No. But yeah, it is, a lot of times other drivers too, they don't see you. You pull up behind them and you're in their blind spot. They don't see you and boom, they run into you. I know that stuff happens too. It is dangerous, but I mean, it is what it is, dude. Just like Thomas Jefferson said, I'd rather live a life of dangerous freedom than peaceful slavery, right? It's kind of the same thing. I'd rather have dangerous freedom. I'd rather have dangerous fun than peaceful monotony, or whatever term would be. Not monotony. Peaceful, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. I mean, I would never not wear a helmet though. Like, I'd probably want to just wear the whole gear, even, dude. Like, like the whole thing, because you get. I mean, you eat it, bro. It's my uncle, dude. He used to ride crotch rockets, and he ate shit. I think on the freeway on his crotch rocket, bro, and he had such road rash all over his whole body, bro. My grandma, his mom, had to take care of him and was doing all the things. He had all over his body, dude. He's jacked up, bro. So, I mean, it's bad. But I think he was wearing a helmet, though. That's a definite no. I mean, you're dead if you don't wear a helmet, bro. Forget about it. But in Colorado, you don't actually have to wear a helmet. You don't. But I would still always wear one. But I mean, I want to get one, dude. I just want to have one. So I think, I don't know. I might do it. I was thinking Gixxer. I like Gixxers. Suzuki GSXR, but the 600. And I know that's like my beginner bike. And I know even that's a lot for a beginner bike, but I'm not going like, less than that though. I can handle. I mean, it's not like I've never ridden a motorcycle before. I mean, I used to ride dirt bikes as a kid and stuff, but I have to get used to riding it. Even a dirt bike's different than a crotch rocket. They're heavier, and I get the leaning down and stuff. So, but I think if I take it easy, even on a 600, I probably won't lay it down. Like I said, I'm not like a straight up rookie, but I have to take it easy, dude, and chill till I start getting good at it. But I like things that go fast, man. Like I used to have a Volvo S60R. You guys know about my car. Super fast, dude. I love going fast. So even a 600, bro. Because I'm not going to just leave it stock either, though. I got to put an exhaust on. I put exhaust on everything. So at least it sounds better too, So, but I mean, exhaust probably not going to do that much, but it'll sound cool. But even a 600, dude, it's still doing 0 to 60 in like, what does it do? What is it? Is it like 3.2, like 3.2 or something like that? I think 600, right? So fast, bro. There's not very many cars that can do that. Now, if you're going against another crotch rocket, another like a Hayabusa or something like that, yeah, or even like a Plaid, like a Tesla Plaid or a Hellcat, yeah, you probably get smoked. But I mean, even a 600 is going to beat most everything on the road. So They do have motorcycle licenses, but my friend, he said that he never had a motorcycle license. He said he always just had his regular driver's license, and he said he got pulled over, and he would just hand him his regular driver's license, and like it was never an issue. So I don't think so. I don't. If that's true, and I believe him, there's one of two things happen: either you don't have to have a motorcycle license, or um, the cop didn't know what he was doing. One of the two. So I don't know. I have to look it up. But you could definitely get a motorcycle's license in Colorado. I know that. I just don't know if you have to have one. Is the thing. Oh dang! You got hit by a car twice. 0 injuries. Dude, that's good. Yeah, full gear. I want to wear full gear. I'm definitely gonna get the 360. I don't know if it's on the helmet now that they do them, but I want to get the 360 cam. You gotta have the cam, dude. Like that's cool. But dude, I could throw YouTube videos up on this channel with my crotch rocket stuff, dude. Like the cool thing too. You guys watch those videos where they always ditch the cops? The crotch rockets ditch the cops. You watch those? I figure some of you guys might like them. And they're like cops pulling over and they'll flip them off and shit, and then they take off, boom, and they're gone. I love those, dude. Like some people literally they don't even register their shit. They don't register it, nothing, because they don't want them to know who they are. Because the cops come, they just ditch them. It's so easy to ditch a cop if you're a good rider. I could never do that. And like when I first start, I crash, dude. But I mean, let's see. A GSXR 600 is too much for a beginner. I come from a family of bikers. I know, and that's what they were saying too when I went to go buy I almost bought a bike. It was a used 600, but it was all pimped out, dude, and it had like all this upgraded stuff on it, and like it was a good deal. And I was like, he's like, this is my first bike. And he's like, dude, this is too much for your first bike, bro. And I was like, I know, but I'm not getting no pussy ass, like weak ass shit for a first bike, dude. I'm not. I've ridden bikes that are fast before though. I didn't dump them. I didn't lay them down. I'm just not pro. I'm not like really good. If I take it easy, dude, and I don't try to get on it too much, I'm not going to lay it down. Like I said, I'm not like, I never rode a motorcycle before kind of dude. I know I'm not like pro or anything. Like I said, I used to ride dirt bikes a lot when I was a kid. And, I rode my dad's crotch rocket before, my stepdad's. So I'm not like super rookie. 3 to 3.4 seconds and 0 to 60. Yeah. 3 to 3.4. Wow. What'd I say? I said 3.8. Yeah. That's fast, dude. I mean, think about it. How many cars can go, let's cut that in half. Let's say, like 3.1 or 3.2. How many cars can go 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds? You're pretty much faster in everything. Oh, you have the endorsement in Colorado. Okay, so you don't need it then? Oh, Candace says you need one in Colorado. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. It would be hella cool, dude. What if I was like ditching a bunch of cops and shit? No, because then they'd like get me for that, and they'd be like, "Oh, look, this is him. We know who he is now. He ditched a bunch of cops." Yeah, I've seen that. They snatch the keys like right out of your hand, dude. Boom. And sometimes like the guys, you ever seen those videos where like they're snatching the keys and shit and like treating them like criminals, like the only one that stopped? Like a whole bunch of people like drove past and like just ditched them, and like the one guy that stops is being chill. They come up and like grab his keys and like act all stupid. And they're like, dude, I'm not even part of these guys, dude. Like that's why I stopped, bro. I don't know them. And they treat him like a criminal. They're yelling, "Oh, were you just the fall guy?" Like, dude, that's why people don't like cops, man. A Vespa? What's a Vespa? What is that? I don't know. Sorry, I feel like I should know. Oh, okay. Vespa. What the heck is a Vespa? You guys gotta tell me what's a Vespa. Yeah, dang, dude, he lost the lower half of his leg. I know, man. You got to be careful. I'm not saying it's not dangerous. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lambo, Porsche 911 Turbo, 3.2. Lambos are kind of, dude, Lambos are kind of weak, bro. I'm not impressed with Lambo stats. They're not that fast, dude. They look really cool. They sound cool. But as far as like speed goes, if you leave them stock, they're not anything super impressive. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I've noticed about Lamborghinis. If I was rich like that, I'm a Ferrari guy. My uncle, he's rich. He owns a data company, and I don't know how much money he makes, but he's definitely a multimillionaire. He's got a Ferrari. He's got a bunch of Harleys, a bunch of BMWs. He's got some Hummer trucks. He's got pickup trucks. He's got all these cars, and he's like, he even got a Prius. He's like, oh, why'd you get the Prius? Oh, just in case. Like, you got to have a Prius. Who knows? You might need one for whatever reason. Like, you just got it like on deck. Who knows? Maybe I'll need a Prius someday. So he was in California, but he's a Ferrari guy too. He doesn't have no Lamborghinis. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's not a separate license. It's an endorsement on top of your driver's license. Okay. So I don't think my friend, though, he didn't have the endorsement. Maybe the cop just didn't, notice it. Oh, it's a scooter. Okay, now don't feel so bad that I don't know what that means. Giant scooter. Is that those super fast ones though? I've seen that one video where like the scooter was like, he popped a wheelie, dude. It was like hauling ass, and he like went right past that crotch rocket and like smoked him, dude. I was like, holy shit. I mean, it depends though. Like, you would never buy a supercar unless you had money for it, though, right? It'd be a money pit for you and me, but like, if you can afford a Ferrari, then you can afford the maintenance. Just like a Bugatti. A Bugatti's like what? Like $100,000 a year to maintain. Oil changes are like 20,000 per oil change and stuff. Lamborghini is Volkswagen. Well, they might be owned by Volkswagen now, maybe, but it's not actual Volkswagen though. I mean, technically, if they bought him, I mean, in that case, Mercedes-Benz is Chrysler. Oh yeah. I mean, there's different kinds of money though. Like okay, I can afford a supercar. I can afford a Lambo. Sure, a lot of people can afford it. But I mean, can you afford it and afford, all the repairs and everything that comes with it, and still have plenty of money and still have a positive net worth? Like, those are what those are meant for. Like, you want to know people that people that are broke. Go to like a middle class neighborhood. It's not the ghetto. It's just a regular old neighborhood. Middle class, and see the people with like a Mercedes-Benz and a Tesla parked outside. They're in debt. Because yeah, they can afford it. They probably got good credit and they can afford the payments, but they live in a middle class neighborhood. So now if you go to like a really rich neighborhood, you know, like a gated community and they got a Tesla and a Benz, okay. Yeah, they can afford that and all the maintenance that goes with it, and they got plenty of money, you know, in the bank too. But the people that live in a middle class neighborhood, they want the look, they want the status, right? Same company. I mean, dude, if you have like 300 million, that's what you're worth. That now we're talking about my grandpa, remember? Like, you can't even spend all your money, grandpa. Why are you taking the train or the bus? Same kind of situation. Like, if you have that kind of wealth where you can make sure your kids and your grandkids are taken care of, and you still can't spend all your money, well, then yeah, you get a supercar. And you don't care. You just blow it. Oh, Ferrari is Fiat. Well, 'cause yeah, Fiat is also an Italian company too, right? Because Ferrari is Italian, right? Your Maserati does 185. My Volvo did 155, but it was governed. Who knows how fast it would have gone? Wait, hold on. Lambo is Spanish? You're Spanish? I didn't know that. Okay. Fiat's owned by Chrysler now. I think Chrysler is the mother company, and then Dodge and Fiat are underneath them. I mean, Chrysler's owned Dodge for like forever. I think forever and ever, I think. And Jeep too. It's always been Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. It's like that's the three companies. But Chrysler's the mother company. But I guess according to you, they took on Fiat, and I think they bought Mercedes too. Yeah, I know Spanish is in Spain. I know what that means. Trust me, I know. I'm Spanish, bro. My ancestors come from Spain, so we're like, oh, what are you? What nationality are you? Oh, I'm Spanish. Oh, really? You're Mexican? I'm like, no, Spanish. Oh, what's the difference? Well, I mean, they're two different countries, and they're not even on the same continent, so that's pretty much the difference. Yeah, I thought Lamborghini was Italian, dude. That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. Okay. He admits his mistake, guys. That's why he had us confused. I'm like, hold on a second. But username says that Lamborghini model names are from the Spanish language. Yeah. That's why. Oh, you know what? I wanted to do a pet peeve show. Everyone say their biggest pet peeve. Let's do that. What's your biggest pet peeve? I'm trying to think of one that I have so many, dude. Every time I think of one, I'm like, oh, I got to save that for the show. I never think of it anymore. I'll say one. I have some that I can think of. When you're driving in the left lane and they're going slow as hell, right, on the freeway, and so then you like get over in the right lane to pass them because they're an idiot, and then all of a sudden they start speeding up, like, oh shit, yeah, and then because I've done that before too. Like I realized that when I noticed they're trying to pass me, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm going too slow, and I'll speed up. But that's one. And then also, if you're in the right lane and you try to pass someone, or if you're in any lane, you try to pass someone and they start speeding up, but then your car is much faster than theirs. That's what I used to love about the Volvo, is not very many cars are faster than mine. So people would try to do that, and then like I would just be faster than them anyways. That's cool. I can see that. You know what? Hold on. Sorry guys for eating and stuff, but I was watching this thing. Is like the word narcissist was thrown around like crazy, and I'm guilty of it too. I didn't even know what a narcissist was until like 10 years ago. I didn't. It's becoming very trendy now, and everyone calls everyone a narcissist. Oh, they did this thing, that you're a narcissist, right? And they're not a narcissist. I mean, there's very few narcissists, right? So like not everyone's a narcissist. But yeah, they display some type of narcissistic trait, right? Or tendency or whatever. Like they do things that are narcissistic, but doesn't mean they're a diagnosed narcissist, right? So people would tell me, I've heard people tell me I'm a narcissist. And so I started getting concerned about it, and I was like looking it up and shit. Like, hold on, I was watching videos like, am I a narcissist? Like, and like I came across these other videos that were like, if someone calls you a narcissist and you look to see if you're a narcissist, then you're not a narcissist. I've seen several videos about that, because narcissists don't give a shit. They could never be a narcissist. Like they don't care about that kind of thing. Like, am I hurting people? Am I being a douchebag? Am I being a fucking narcissist? Like narcissists wouldn't actually care about that. But then also, what was the other thing? What was it? Hold on. I don't know if I saved this video. I got to tell you guys. No, it's not it. I don't know if I saved it. What the hell was he saying? I'm trying to think of it. If you're a narcissist, then you wouldn't do something. Fuck. Can't think of it now, man. It's gonna drive me crazy. I have to think of this one. I don't think I saved it. Can't believe I didn't save it though. I was like, oh, this is a good one. I don't think it was on YouTube. I think it was on YouTube, not. Sorry, guys. I have to figure this out now. Shouldn't take too long. I think it was on this account. I watch a lot of shorts, so. I think it was a YouTube short though. he was like, if you're a real narcissist, you would never do this or something. I have to do like a whole show on this if I can't remember. I can't find it because it was something that really like struck with me. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Anyways, I don't know what the pet peeve was, but people like just saying, oh, this person's a narcissist, and maybe they're not really a narcissist. You know what I mean? I've learned that myself, and I've done it to people. Oh, you're a narcissist. Like, you're not really a narcissist. I mean, if you have some type of empathy, you're not really a narcissist. Like, it's very rare to be like a straight up narcissist, bro. Like, they're just straight up narcissists. I'm gonna have to figure it out some other day, I guess. Fuck it. But it was good though, whatever it was. So yeah, maybe that's what it was. Oh, I think maybe it was like, if you have concern about other. Oh, that's what it was. I remember now. Thank you, Dubs. Because we're just talking about um what was the username? He said his biggest pet peeve is when they can't admit to their mistakes. That should have put it together. So that's what made me think of the narcissist thing. He was saying that if you're an actual narcissist, you'll never admit to any mistakes that you've done, right? Like, you'll never ever take accountability for anything. And so I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, well, do I do that? And I remember one time in an old relationship, dude, that like years after we broke up, I like called her over here and I sat her down in the couch, dude, so I could just like tell her all the things that I did, like everything that I did that I could think of that like I felt bad about. Because I didn't do good, man. I know I could have done better in that. And I just wanted her to know that I was sorry, because I think she was a good person. I mean, we weren't meant to be together, and she never did that to me. Like, she did a lot of messed up stuff too to me. But she didn't say any of that stuff. But I did. I laid it all out there for her, dude. I felt really bad. I just wanted her to know, at least, that I feel bad about all this stuff that I did. And so that's how I was like, okay, so then I'm not a narcissist. There's no way a narcissist would do that, right? It's like the most least narcissistic thing to do. So like, if somebody calls me a narcissist, dude, I'm like, dude, no, I'm not a fucking narcissist, man. Yeah, of course I do stuff that's narcissistic, but I know for a fact, dude, I'm not a narcissist. So that's how you guys know. If you ever like admit stuff that you're wrong about, and apologize sincerely about it, then you're not a narcissist. Yeah. Well, that's kind of a thing, dude, that I think I do. What's the Whatever podcast? I might actually watch that. Women are known for that. It doesn't mean that they're narcissists, but like, women have a much harder time taking accountability for their actions than men do. It's always someone else's fault. Think about it. Just like, think of a scenario, right? You let your girlfriend borrow your car, right? And she wrecks it. Like, just imagine, either she has wrecked your car, or maybe just imagine if she did wreck your car, your wife or whatever, right? What would happen? Oh, well, you know what? It wasn't my fault. This guy cut me off, and then he slammed on his brakes, and I had no choice. Like, it's just blah, 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 right? Like, think about it, man. I can already picture it in my head. Like, they never take accountability for shit. It's always someone else's fault. It was out of their control, Like, that's how women are, bro. It's just kind of something you have to get used to, man. I don't think that it necessarily just makes them narcissists, but that's kind of like a woman trait. That's one of the traits that they have that are narcissistic. They have a much harder time taking accountability for things that they did than men do. I'm trying to think which one is the Whatever podcast? Which one is that? Yes, everyone has narcissistic tendencies. That's true. Every single person, dude. I don't care how freaking good of a person you are. I'm probably the best person that I know, like the most best person that I've ever met in my whole life. It's probably my mom. Even my mom has some. You know what I mean? Like my mom's displayed narcissistic tendencies to me too. Like she's done some stuff, and I'm like, dang. I think back like in old days, but like she's a great person. Like everyone does it. I don't care how good. I don't care if you're a priest or who you are, man. I mean, a true narcissist though, like a real one, they're toxic as fuck, dude. They're really fucking toxic. I mean, they're bad. It's not just like, oh, this guy pisses me off and we fight and you know, type of thing, dude. It's like you'll know, like they're toxic as fuck. Because I actually know, a couple real narcissists. My dad's one of them, my biological father. He's like one of the most toxic people I've ever met in my whole life, dude. He's a total piece of trash, man. He's a fucking total scumbag, dude. I don't know if he's ever been diagnosed, but I was talking to my aunt, his sister the other day, and she's like, you know what, Christopher, your dad, he's had mental health problems his whole life. He's never been diagnosed. Like, we're talking about how big of a piece of crap he is. And, she was saying that. And I was like, yeah, he's definitely diagnosed, but he's got to have something, dude. He's a total lunatic, man. Well, you'll know if you're actually dealing with one. Not just because someone's being an asshole doesn't mean that they're a narcissist. But I can't click on the link because I can't click on it on this. Let me see. Hold on. I got to do it like this way. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see. Whatever podcast. This one. It's got 4.45 million subscribers. Oh, with this guy? Andrew something? Is that the one with... Hold on, let's see. Hold on, wait, this is Getting Girls Numbers, Feminist for Trump. I don't think I've ever seen this. This guy, though, I know this guy. Oh, this guy, yeah. This guy. Look how much thinner he is here. This is like an old video, I think. What's his name? But I've seen him now. He's got a beard now. This is the guy that I follow too. And he's a good guy, dude. Like, he's got a thing on that says slut, but like, he's actually he's not like an Andrew Tate kind of dude. He's got in the same genre, but he's actually not, he's like a really genuine guy. He's not like chauvinistic like some of the women say. Is that who this guy is? What's his name? That guy's name. Andrew Tate is Fresh and Fit pod. Well, Andrew Tate's not really, Fresh and Fit is like, I don't think he's part of their pod though. Fresh and Fit, like the Fresh and Fit guy, whatever his name is, can't think of it. I follow him. He's got a lot of good stuff to say. I like a lot of stuff he says, but he is more chauvinistic though. Like he straight up throws in your face, men are superior than women and all that. And like, I get what he says, you know what I mean? Like if you think about it fundamentally, yes, what he's saying is true. I just don't like it to throw it out there that way, That's just my personal opinion, but this guy though, oh, his name's Brian. Okay, Brian Atlas. Yeah, I like this guy, dude. He's totally chill. He's not like chauvinistic, you know what I mean? He's cool. Let's see, watch some of the lives. Yeah, this guy. Yes. Yeah, this guy right here in this show. See, he's got the beard now. He's always got his friend, the buddy here in the middle. It's funny, dude. But yeah, I love that show. So yeah, okay, so that's whatever podcast. Yep. Andrew Wilson. Yeah, that's Andrew Wilson. Wait, I don't know who that guy you showed. Andrew Wilson has the beard. Yeah. Well, but the guy, I thought Brian with the beard. No, Brian has the beard now. So they both have beards. So this is Brian right here, right? And this guy right here in the middle is Andrew Wilson, I think, right? Yeah, no, he was young, dude. And he was young in that. That was like on his video, not the because he's famous now for his live streams. I mean, his live streams 170,000, 204,000, 198,000, 195,000, 395,000. Dude, for a live stream, like in our niche, live streams are like the weakest part, dude. But then his videos, oh, actually, that's a lot. 3.9 million, 9 million, 2.1 million. These are old. They're super old videos. But yeah, he was young, man. I don't think it started out. He kind of switched his niche maybe. Or something like that. He's got a lot. I mean, he has no thumbnails. You did pranks and stuff. He was like a prankster. Who's this guy? Is that him? That's not him, is it? Is that him 10 years ago? Did he used to do pranks? I think that was him. He used to do pranks, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, trying to find an old picture of him again, but he's got some good stuff. They got some good stuff to say, man. It's like the stuff that they teach is just, it's social dynamics. It's the stuff that I talk about on this channel all the time. It's just the way that human beings respond to each other. It's the way women respond to men and the way men respond to women. And some women don't like it because, they think that they should just be able to do everything that a man can do and all that kind of stuff. And that's just not the way that it goes, ladies. I'm sorry. You can't do everything a man can do. You weren't even designed to do that. You were designed to do everything that a man can't do. Like there's things that women do better. You don't hear men being like, oh, we can do that better than you too. Like I don't care. There's certain things that women are way better at, man. Like, women are way more flexible than men, right? I think women are better at gymnastics. Like when they're doing the, like the cartwheels and the flips and backflips and all that kind of stuff, like that kind of gymnastics. I've watched the men's and the women's. I think the women do it better. They're more graceful. Like they have more swag. Like when they're done and they do like their little pose thing, it's like it's way doper. Like they're better at gymnastics. I think they're better at, like the double bar thing where they swing from the one bar into the higher bar, that thing. I mean, some people could say, men are better, but I just think that the women do it more graceful, like figure skating and stuff. There's lots of things that they're better at. You don't have to be as good as the men on everything. You know what I mean? So. No, I'm not done with the pranks. I don't have time for them, dude. I just don't have time to keep up on it. So like, I mean, if I had to, like, if I just if me and F in reality focused all of our attention on pranks, bro, as much as I do on like my, activism, we could have like a bunch of subscribers. I think we could like be monetized and everything. And like, for sure, I just don't have time for that. They're definitely better at birthing offspring. That's true. They're better at, being like comfort. You know what I mean? Like when a child needs comfort, you know what I mean? He doesn't want to go to the dad. He goes to the mom, right? The mom's better at that. The mom's the feminine energy, the mothering, the nurturing, the empathetic energy. That's what she's good at. That's what she excels at. So yeah, I think my neighbor's out here freaking out again. I think the pranks could get me where I want to be in 1 year, bro. It just matters what I want to focus my attention on. I think in 1 year I could be, I mean, I don't know. I'm just confident in my abilities. I think some of the pranks that I do are funny, man. I think I'm good. I think I could do prank call, like a whole, like go hard in the paint, and within 1 year I could be fully monetized, making good money. So I think 10 years. 10 years, if I went hard in the paint on prank calls in 10 years, dude, I think I could be really good. Oh yeah, nah, yeah, you did. Oh, you didn't hear it? Dude, this neighbor, I tell you guys, dude, my neighbor's freaking out, dude, and he like was smothering his girlfriend with a pillow and shit, and she all ran out here and was trying to get help from my neighbor, and they were out there and I was yelling and slamming doors, and I kept recording, like going out and like peeking and recording. And the cops came a bunch of times, and like the cops came and tried to bully me out of my own property and stuff. And I was like, dude, like, just out of respect for their privacy, for their right to privacy, I'm gonna ask you to blah blah blah. Go over here. I'm like, dude, out of my fucking right to stand here, bro. Like that's what the right is, bro. They don't have a right to privacy in here, man. And tell me nothing, man. I got all mad. I get. And then of course, then they got all hurt about it because they knew they couldn't do anything. And then they put tape up here. They're trying to bully me off of my own property right out here. And like one of them started grabbing me and stuff. And I get, dude, I started yelling at him, and then they got all hurt. So he went and got the tape. Started taping. He's like, you better get out of here, man. You're going to get arrested. So I just went onto my own property. Actually, I should have just crossed the fence here on the balcony, but I went down into the balcony and then I came up, or down into my front door, and then I came up right here. I literally moved like 5 feet. I was on the sidewalk, and my balcony goes right to the sidewalk. Just a little gate, a little like fence thing right there. And so that's all I did. I moved literally 5 feet. He got all hurt, dude. And like he came back. He's like, you better get out of here, man. I was like, dude, you better fucking get out of here, man. What are you talking about? Get out of here, man. I was like, Kick Rocks. I think I called him a bitch. I was all pissed because he just had to give me more directives. He just got hurt because he thought he was going to like punk me out of there because he was putting tape up. And then I only had to move 5 feet. So we got all hurt. But that's going to be a whole video. This moron over here, dude, the guy's an idiot. Like I say, I think that people are locked in cages way too much, but there are sometimes people need to be fucking locked in a cage, bro. You're a menace to society. Like, oh, you were taken like me. I just got locked out. I just got locked in a cage for recording police in the course of their duties, dude, not interfering, like just, I was out of their way. I wasn't interfering with anything. I got locked in a cage for that. But then I got this moron. He was being violent with his girlfriend, and then freaking setting his car alarm off all night, like 2 a.m, bro. He kept just doing it just to be a douchebag, I guess. Setting his car alarm off, all honk, 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 all night, dude. I'm like, dude, you're an idiot, man. You're a menace, bro. Like he needs to go to jail, bro. Like you're a dumbass. Let's see here. So should we watch some more comments then? See what other comments we got. Let's go to a different video. But that was cue the audits. Let's go to Rocky Ventures audits. The most newest one, you guys got to check this out. This one right here, 300 views already.
Sean.
This was pissing me off, dude. Oh, look, there's Dub Wubs. I like to go newest first. Oh, she was banned for harassment and bullying. A grown-ass woman banned from a recreation center for how she behaves. I would be immensely embarrassed if I were her. You see, like these people that just don't get it, man. And I'm going to do we're doing a live stream on Wednesday, and we're going to play some of this where literally like this bootlicking guy, we'll play it right now, actually, got all said, oh, you're just here to cause a problem. Like, dude, you don't even understand what you're talking about here. Look at this loser right here. This is the idiot right here. Look at this guy. He's got stupid sunglasses on. This is the moron that tried to tell Lisa that it's a lawful order for you to give me your name and date of birth when I'm giving you a administrative citation. That's what he said. So when I see this guy again, I've never seen him once actually, but when I see him, I'm not going to be nice like Lisa is. I'm going to let him have it, bro. This guy's a scumbag, bro. It's not a lawful order. You guys know, in order for something to be a lawful order, there has to be a law to back it up. What law is it that Lisa has to give you her name and date of birth for you to give her an administrative citation? Not even a legal, like a lawful citation. We have to go to court. An administrative citation, dude. There's no law for that, bro. So this guy is a manipulating piece of trash, like I say. You know, maybe he's not a narcissist, but he definitely displays narcissistic traits for you to manipulate an old lady and lie to her and say that it's a lawful order that you have to provide your name and date of birth. This guy's a scumbag, dude. I'm going to let him have it, dude. This guy's going to get owned. Glover, Josh Glover, man, he's a piece of trash, dude. I can't wait to see him on Friday. Hopefully he's there so I can lay into him, man. I'm going to be live stream the whole time too, just in case. Who knows? Maybe I'll get arrested too. So can't stand that guy. You know, and you know, Lisa, she's nice and all that stuff, but I just can't stand that guy. So actually, that's not the video. This is the arrest. 800 views. It's doing good. This is the cop right here, hers, that actually arrested her. Put the handcuffs on her. So I see people are saying, oh, it's DMA, where were you, bro? It's like, oh man. Oh wait, my comment's not there. I replied, but it's gone. Maybe she deleted my comment. I don't know. I was like, I'll never not be there again. Because I did feel bad, dude. If I would have been there, I don't know if she would have got arrested. So she's got 38 comments. Yeah, man, these guys are such piece of trash, dude. So pissed off about this whole thing. Yeah, because he said, the sergeant said, I'm giving you a lawful order. And then he also said that she was interfering with his job. So 2 lies. It's not a lawful order, for one. That she has to leave that public space. Whether she has a suspension or not, it's a public space. Yeah, if she has a suspension, that means she can't use the facility. Like she can't go back there and work out or play pickleball. That's true. But she can still be in the public lobby. I don't understand how all these cops don't understand. That's why this country's in such a bad place, because the majority, not just like the minority, if it was just like the minority of cops, guys, like we wouldn't have these successful channels, these auditing channels. It's because it's the majority. It's because, you know, 9 times out of 10, they try to say that, you know, you can't be in this lobby, you know, you're trespass, it's private property, all the stupid stuff they say. It's a lawful order, right? The sergeant said this, dude. The sergeant said it's a lawful order. And he said that you're interfering now with my job. The sergeant said that. 30 years on the force, 30 years. That's what the sergeant said, dude. I just can't stand these guys, man. That's good. She's got 800 views on that one. She's got 570 subscribers.
Like clowns.
Let's see. I don't even know if I have to see all these videos here sold. Let's look at some of the barber ones. It gets like a bunch of views still. Let's see what the newest is on here. Oh, dude, yeah, he has a huge case of diabetes for sure. Bunch Karen's here, Mrs. Benson. Run from that woman. That's another video I still got to do. I still got to work on I still got to work on the interview. I did an interview with Wiley the barber, his ex-girlfriend, and his ex-girlfriend's mom. I still have it. So another whole video I got to do. I got to work on that one soon, actually. Except before that, though, I'm really trying to get the jail video done, though. I don't want too much time to go by on that one. It's more important. And I also got like some other little ones that I'm doing that I know will be fast, so I can keep, content going. But that one, the jail one's going to take me so long. But I got some of it, like barely any. I got the intro done. Yo, what's up, Richard? Oh, dude, who could put handcuffs on that sweet lady? You guys got to see something real quick. Let's go back into this video real quick, dude. You got to see. You guys probably haven't even seen this. I don't know if you've seen the video. But this is disgusting, dude. This is disgusting, bro.
Can I just record them? Marks on my arms.
Look at that. Look at those marks on her arms, dude. Look at how tight they put the handcuffs on her, bro. Look at that. 62-year-old disabled lady, man. Look how tight they put it on her. That was not necessary, man. Just to retaliate against her, bro. This guy right here is a fucking scumbag, dude. He's a piece of trash, dude. Sergeant Riker, man. And this idiot fucking rookie cop, dude. Look at that, dude. That's disgusting.
You're on way too tight.
Look at that. Look at that mark, bro.
Send a message.
All right, this is your ticket, okay?
Oh, thank you.
And scumbags, dude. Like straight
You've been very nice.
trash, bro. And look, she's still nice to him. Thank you and all that type of stuff. Oh, thank you. Gosh, dude, what a this guy's a piece of trash, bro. Straight up fucking piece of trash guy right here. He's gonna get exposed, trust me. Because I'm gonna do a whole showcase on this video here and hopefully get a bunch of views, man. This guy is a straight up piece of well, actually, I'm gonna go there and record on Friday, so this guy's probably gonna show up and try to trespass me. So I'll have my own video. This he's terrible, man. He's a piece of trash, bro. Like he's a scumbag. He's like one of the lowest of the lows when it comes to cops, dude, for doing this to her. And this freaking idiot right here, look at this moron. Rookie cop, but just an order follower. I just do whatever my boss says. My boss says arrest this old lady, right, for being in a public space. Even though I swore an oath to the Constitution, this is like a Nazi, man. This is like what the Nazi said. I'm just following orders. That's what this moron is, dude. He's an order follower. I'm just gonna put handcuffs on a 62-year-old disabled woman so tight that it puts like these big ass marks on her wrist. And we're gonna kidnap her for take away her freedom temporarily, and then write her a ticket and try to have the system steal money from her and everything else. because he's just an order follower, man. He's just doing what, a sergeant said. Piece of trash right here, bro. Scumbag. This guy right here, this young guy. Piece of trash, man. Scumbag, dude. Can't stand this guy either. And then we got the park rangers. See, look, there's the other loser park ranger guy right here. They try to tell her that it's a lawful order that you gave your name. And here's the other dumbass. Remember the other lady that has like an 80 IQ from last time? She's an idiot too. Sitting there, look, she didn't learn anything, did she? Look, she's just sitting there watching it happen. She obviously, remember I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Well, is she over here trying to defend her? She swore an oath to the Constitution. These park rangers, she swore an oath to the Constitution. How come she's not standing up and say, hey, I did my research. DMA gave me that pocket Constitution last time, and I went and read through it. And guess what? I checked it out. It's a designated public forum. She can be in that public lobby. No, she didn't do that. She just sitting there. She didn't take a look at that Constitution. She did that for show. She probably took that pocket Constitution and threw it in the trash or sitting on her table. She hasn't even looked at it yet. She's a piece of trash too, dude. She's not going to get any love from me because of this, because she just sat there, even though she swore an oath to the Constitution, and she sat there and watched that old lady, Lisa, get treated that way and didn't do anything. And this guy too. So fuck this lady, dude. What's her name? Can't remember. Carrier, badge 10. She's going to get it, dude. These people are going to get it when I go in there on Friday, dude. I promise you. I'm to the point where I'm not like messing around anymore, dude. I'm not being nice anymore and, all that kind of stuff, dude. I'm sick of it, dude. Nice doesn't get anything done anymore. There is no more nice. Oh, shit. Sorry, you guys couldn't see what I was looking at. Sorry. You guys couldn't even see what I was looking at. So this guy, there's Carrier, and that's the guy right there. Sorry. I don't know how long that was going on. But this is the guy right here. The sergeant. That's the dumbass, dude. He's a piece of trash, bro. And this is the young cop right here who just follows orders without question. Just puts handcuffs on people. They ask. You know what I mean? That's all he does, bro. He just follows orders without question, man. Piece of trash, bro. Oh, man. They're going to get it, man. When I go there on Friday, they're going to get it, bro. It's not going to be like, no. Oh, it's going to be a big deal. And I'm going to be live streaming the whole time and everything. Can't stand these guys. Oh, look, there's Joshua Glover. I got to take a screenshot of this because I'm going to need this too. The park ranger loser. They said it's a lawful order for you to give me your ID. A lawful order. Got to give you an administrative citation.
He's coming out. He's in the lobby.
See, that's why I need to have two screens, because I can't tell sometimes if I only have one monitor, so I can't tell if I'm messing up. I've done that before too. Such a scumbag, dude. I can't stand these guys. There he is. Reichard.
This other cop. You get him cards all the time. Pretty. Disabled.
There he is, guys. The guy that ordered the arrest. And remember the last officer said, hey, yeah, you're right. They can be in a public space and, it's open to the public. And if you want to put, key card access or something like that, then, they can't be in here, but, this is open. And here's the sergeant, man. He's the sergeant. Sorry, guys. I get really emotional about this kind of stuff. Look at this, dude. Look at this. Look at this brave lady right here, man. She's a hero, dude. She's a fucking hero, man. Took an arrest, bro, for us. And he was asking her a whole bunch of questions. She was just remaining silent, not answering any of her questions. She handled it like a boss, dude. I love it when I see stuff like this. This is what it takes, guys. It takes more people to do it. I mean, watching the videos is great, but you have to go out there and you have to, if everyone if 1% of the people that watch our videos picked up a camera and did this, you know how much bigger of an impact that would have? 1%, guys. 1%. it would be like a force to be reckoned with, man. Right now, it's like, 0.1% of the people that are in this community are actually doing the recording. Like, more people need to do this. If this lady can do it, anyone, I can promise you that. If this lady can do it, guys, you already know if you've seen her videos. If she can do it, you can do it. Right? It's disgusting, dude. We're going to go through more of the video in detail, but if you want to go watch it on your own, I mean, look at her, dude. She's got all her little editing here. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way, dude, and she'll figure it out. Look, here's where she got arrested. Look at her, dude. She's a hero. Like I said, man, in 50 years, this Denver Police Department, they're going to be known as like straight up tyrants, dude. These people are going to be heroes. They're on the wrong side of history, man. Just obey everything I say. Look at this loser right here. I just do whatever my sergeant says and just arrest old ladies and stuff. Loser, man. This guy doesn't even know what he swore an oath to. That's why I'm saying the 6-month training is not enough, right? Clearly, it's not enough. If it was enough, this rookie right here, who's been on the force since I think October of last year, would have said, no, man, I can't arrest this lady for being in a designated forum in a public lobby. What am I arresting her for? You can't trespass from a public space like that. But no, he just follows orders without question because he's an uneducated moron. That's why police officer, it's literally the most disgraceful job that one could choose to be. You're just a domestic terrorist, dude. That's all you are. Sorry, man. But like when I see stuff like this, it's like it all goes out the window, man. It's no more, I'm being nice to you. Like, this guy's a piece of trash, bro. And, maybe he's a good guy. Maybe he's a good brother, or maybe he's a good boyfriend. I don't know. But the fact that you're just following orders without question, you're just handcuffing an old lady like that, and you put them on so fucking tight that it put those marks on her hand, dude, on her wrist like that. Dude, you suck, man. You're terrible, bro. I have no respect for this guy. And I have a feeling like I feel like I'm going to start becoming more Eric Brandt style, dude, than I am, like Long Island style, because I can't take it anymore, dude. Everyone has like their breaking point, and this is my breaking point here of this old lady getting treated like this. I can't take it anymore, dude. I'm so pissed. Yeah, man, he's a soul. He's soulless, bro. I mean, how much do you think this guy makes for a rookie cop in Denver? I think he makes probably like $55,000. That's how much a soul goes for in Denver, Colorado, guys. $55,000 a year to sell your soul, man, to just arrest old ladies and put the handcuffs on so tight that it leaves a big old red mark for being in a public space, man. That's how much a soul goes for. Sad, bro. He's an activist out here in Colorado, but he's out here in Denver before me, and he's in prison now because he's one of those guys that was like, fuck the police. What'd he say? He'd have this chant. He'd protest and he'd say, no justice, no peace, fuck the police. And he'd say, scream at the top of his lungs. That's free speech, traditional public forum, a sidewalk, right? And people try to get him for disorderly conduct. That's what they go for. Disorderly conduct, and obstruction, and trespassing. That's their go-tos. But you can say fuck the police is on a bullhorn, dude, as loud as you can. Sidewalk. There's nothing they can do. So that's his style. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people love it. But it's to the point now where I'm like, I mean, if you guys even noticed on the last audit that I did with Rocky Ventures audits, I was not very nice, dude. I don't have any more sympathy or any more patience with the nonsense, dude. I'm getting to my wit's end here now. Now I'm starting to become, I remember Regan said that to me once. She's like, dude, I used to start out very, calm and nice and all that stuff. She's been doing it for a long time, guys. Like before YouTube even. She's been doing this stuff just like James Freeman. James Freeman, he didn't even know what an auditor was. He just posted a video on his personal channel, and then people were like, oh, look at new First Amendment auditor or something like that. And he's like, what the fuck's a First Amendment auditor? He's like, he's just been doing this for years. Same with Regan. Decades. Documenting her interactions with the government. And she said, she's like, dude, I started out that way. It gets nowhere. These guys don't respond to nice. They only respond to hostility. And I get it now. I'm starting to get to that point now where it's like, dude, these guys don't respond to nice. They don't. Look at Lisa is super nice. And what do? They just walk all over her. You know, it's good to have like, you know, that balance and know when to calibrate it. But it's like, I'm just getting to the point now where I'm so fed up with these guys. 71,000. That's in Denver. Well, he's not in prison for filming though. He's in prison for telling his audience on a live stream that they should go hang judges, right? That's what he's in prison for. So you shouldn't do that, guys. Especially when you're targeted. Like if I were to say something like that on a live stream, if I were to say, I'm not saying this, but if I were to say, hey, everyone should go hang judges any chance you get, dude, you know how fast I'd have a warrant for my arrest, bro? They'd hit me with a quickness, bro. Like you can't say stuff like that. And you shouldn't say stuff like that anyways, but you just got to be careful. You know what I mean? Like I understand where he's coming from because, you know, I know how frustrating it is, but he wasn't in prison for filming. I mean, he actually has a bunch of lawsuits here. He's got one in Westminster. He's got one in Denver. He's got a bunch. He's got case law. Eric Brandt has a bunch of case law out here. But, you know, and then he was about to get out of prison, and then they indicted him for some other stuff too. So they're retaliating because he's like, they're retaliating on Eric Brandt. He's a problem, dude. He's not, you know, these other guys, they're a problem, but they're afraid of Eric Brandt because he's going to be the one to start the revolution. You know what I mean? He's the one that's going to get people riled up. It's not going to be peaceful. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, we're starting a revolution, dude. Like this is, you know, we're going to secede or something like that, you know, type of stuff. They know that he's a threat. So that's why he did something on James Freeman's live. I don't remember what he did. Like James Freeman was live years ago, and Eric Brandt called the police department that was trying to arrest him or something, or that it did arrest him, and was making threats or something. I think. And so that's why they federally indicted him, because it was across state lines. It was from Colorado to wherever he was, whatever state he was in. So they got that, and they were just waiting just for him to get released from Colorado prison, Colorado Department of Corrections. And then bam, as soon as he's going to get released, they hit him with that federal indictment. And I was dealing with that one. So, you know, they got to do whatever they can to keep him in prison as long as possible because he's a threat. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Gandhi and MLK had a huge influence, though. They were nonviolence. I don't think it only leads to one-sided beatings. It does lead to one-sided beatings, though. You know, but you know, just like Lackluster said, dude, we can't all have the exact same. You know, I mean, you got to have Eric Brandt and you got to have Long Island. You know, you got to have Martin Luther King Jr. and you got to have Malcolm X. You know what I mean? Like together, it's more powerful, the both, than just one or the other. Like just Malcolm X alone is not going to be as effective as Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and vice versa. Just Martin Luther King is not going to be as effective if you have the Malcolm X with it. You know, it's kind of the way I look at it. Yeah, there's only, for me, dude, there's only so much that I can take. This is like the final straw for me. this whole stuff with Lisa. You know what I mean? I just don't know how much more nice I can be with these Denver guys. You know, and it's coming to a head, dude. Like, what's gonna happen to me? I don't even know. I'm on federal probation, dude. What's gonna happen to me? Am I gonna get arrested for trespassing? This cop walked in there and just straight up arrested her, bro. She hardly even got any chance to. He said, "Are you gonna leave?" No. Okay, turn around. Hands behind your back. You're arrested. Like, he didn't give her a chance to explain. Am I gonna get a chance to explain? Hey, this is a designated public forum. It's a public lobby. Am I going to get a chance? Now I'm going to have another case to fight. Is that what's going to happen? I mean, is that what I'm going to put myself through? I don't know. Like, sometimes I think about it. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Do I want to put my mom through that now? Or, I mean, what's more important? Put my mom through it? Or am I really doing something? If I'm really trying to fight for something. But like, it sucks, dude, to have to do that. I don't like going to jail, dude. I don't like being arrested. It sucks, man. I don't like having to report to my probation officer that I got arrested and like, okay, and I got to tell the judge and see what they're going to do and all that, dude. Like, it's hard, man. It's not easy, dude. That's why I say, like, we need more people. There's not enough of us, guys. Like, we can't, the people that are out here doing this right now, it's already too much weight on our shoulders. That's why I'm so appreciative of this old lady here, Lisa, that's doing this. Like, we need so many more people to do it, man. Like I said, if just 1% of you guys just picked up a camera and tried your best, man. Dude, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I'm not that smart. Just a regular guy. But like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It's become to the point where it's like, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Like, I guess I'm just going to be a victim of my own government then. Because I don't feel like I can just sit back and just say, okay, I'm just going to leave under threat of arrest. Crap, dude. Like, I just don't think I can do that. And it's not because I want to get arrested and sue and all that stuff. Dude, like, I don't like that. I'd rather just not have to sue and just be, free. I don't want to be locked in a jail cell, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm capable. That's the thing. That's sometimes why I think about quitting. It's because I don't know if I'm capable of just saying, okay, well, then I'll just leave under threat of arrest. I can't do that, man. It's hard for me. Mom first? Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I mean, I think there's more. I mean, mom's first to me, but I think that there's bigger things out there than my mom, right? I think that everyone has a purpose in life, right? And so, like I said, either maybe your purpose is, you're going to help change something big in the world, right? That's your destiny. You're divinely guided. Or maybe your destiny is not that big. Maybe your destiny is that you were to raise the son that's going to do that, right? I mean, there's all kinds of, everyone has their own destiny. Maybe your destiny is you're here to be a karmic for people and to like try to fuck shit up. I mean, this whole life is just a play anyways. It's not real. It's just like, it's like a play. It's fake. It's like a school that we're here to learn. And when you die, you go back to the real life. You know what I mean? That's all this is. But like, maybe there's something out there that's more important than mom. And mom's not the end all be all. I don't want to have to like, I'm tired of suffering, I don't want to have to suffer anymore, dude. But like, when you think about it, I guess, if I live 90 years, it's a long life, and I live 90 years of suffering, I mean, that's still a drop in the ocean compared to eternity, right? You know, when you're living it though, it gets kind of very discouraging, man. Okay, well, what am I supposed to do then? Just let Lisa go back there over and over again and get arrested and bullied and mistreated and stuff like that? And what am I supposed to do, bro? Wait till probation is done, dude. That's like another year. I mean, I look at it as like she's going into battle with all these, like I said, like a gladiator against all these people, and she's fighting for me. She's fighting for my side. What does that say about me as a man if I just let her go do that on her own? I don't help her. You know, she needs my help, dude. She can't do it without me. I mean, I honestly believe that. She calls me, dude. If you watch her video, she called me like immediately after she got out of the handcuffs. And I remember seeing her phone call and I didn't answer it because I was at the gym and I was like, oh, I can't talk to her right now. And then I read the voicemail and then I like called her back later. But then when I watched her video, I realized that's when she called me, dude. Like she just got released from her handcuffs and she called me first thing. Sorry, guys. Getting emotional. I can't not help her, dude. I have to. Thanks, Richard. I know they'll still be there in a year or two, but I mean, what will happen to Lisa though in a year? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if she would have got arrested if I was there. If I decided to be there on Friday. I mean, she asked me to come, but I think she told me like last minute, like I wasn't going to come then. Now I'll never not come. Like now I will never not come. Like I make time. You know, I say like no one has time for anything. I don't have time to go do this stuff. Like I said, I have so many videos to edit and all this stuff, but like I'm going to make time for it. People make time for things that are important for them. So I will make time for this no matter what. I just can't, dude. I can't let her go out there on her own. Dude, she even said, she's like, I only know my rights from watching auditors. You know, she watched my channel a bunch and learned, she says she learned a bunch from me. I can't just like let her learn all this stuff from me and then just leave her out there, you know? I'm sorry, I'm on probation. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Can't. It's not right. I'm still here, guys. Yeah, I just hope, like, you know, when I go out there on Friday, I mean, the people that are like, you know, have my back anymore, it's very slim. I don't really have that many people, man, that are in my corner anymore. So kind of hard doing stuff alone. So, you know, like if I get arrested, like it's nice to have people, you know, that make phone calls at least. You know what I mean? Like that's all I really ask is for you to exercise your First Amendment right to petition your government for a redress of grievances, right? Like that makes so much of a difference. You know, if just 1% of you guys, they see that live stream and they get arrested, start calling the jail and the police department, that helps a lot. But no one calls, you know what I mean? It's hard, man, just being there on your own. Thanks. I couldn't live with myself otherwise. If I just let her go out there and get arrested again or bullied. Sorry guys, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. I'm sorry. But I couldn't live with myself. I can't live with myself now that this happened to her. And I could have been there, but I wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I can still work. And, you know, even if I get arrested, though, because I already talked to her about this stuff, it's only a violation of my probation if I get found guilty. So, like, getting arrested or getting a ticket, that doesn't violate my probation. And I'm pretty confident on this one, guys. You know, I've been confident about other stuff and I've been wrong, but, you know, I'm learning more as I go. I'm better today than I was 2 years ago. And so, like, I know about public forums now. You know, like I said, the Social Security Administration is a non-public forum. Now, just because it's a non-public forum doesn't mean that I still don't think that we should be able to take pictures in there. Like I said, those non-public forums, that's just a way for them to violate your rights. That's all it is. If you can be there, the public can be there, you should just be allowed to take pictures there, period. That's what I think. So my channel is not based on following the law. People in the comments, your channel is based on following the law. You should follow the law. Like, when did I ever say my channel is based on following the law? Maybe like Rogue Nation's channel is based on following the law. When did I say that? My channel is based on civil disobedience, bro. You got me messed up. So, I don't know where I forgot what I was going. I lost my train of thought here, but yeah, like, you know, I'm pretty sure on this one that it's, you know, it's a designated public forum. You can't just kick someone out of that public space, dude. I even had that last officer, Sanders, agreeing with us and he left. And I think this reason why this sergeant arrested her it might be because she was just there every time she's there by herself, this is what happens. You know, the one time that I was there and it didn't happen, it almost did. But I don't know, man. This Sergeant Riker guy, dude, I have a feeling he'll just arrest me too. He's a liability, dude. He's going to cost the city a whole bunch of money. Oh, thanks, man. I don't know. Thanks. I don't really take care of my mom. She takes care of me. I mean, I take care of my mom sometimes too, but she's always taking care of me, bro. Like, I did take care of her. Like I told you guys that one time when she got in a car accident and I had to like give her baths and, you know, help her brush her teeth and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, we've been there for each other, but I'm a protector of my loved ones, dude. There's nothing that I won't do for someone if I love you, you know? And I love people, you know, I love freedom. So it's like, what's it? Thomas Jefferson, I think. Most everything that I quote is Thomas Jefferson. I think he said, I'd rather have dangerous freedom than peaceful slavery. I'd rather have dangerous freedom than peaceful slavery. Like what I'm doing, it's dangerous freedom. Peaceful slavery would be like, oh, you know what? I'll get off probation next year. Then I'll do it, you know. Live in some peaceful slavery. That's what that is. peaceful slavery, dude. I'm on probation for another year. Just wait till then. You know? Yeah. That's true, man. Thanks. Yeah, that's true. And good for you, man. I'd like to meet you someday, bro. I really would. I feel like we're like good friends, me and you, even though I've never met you. Oh, it's 11:11. 11:11. Good catch. I know. Jefferson owned slaves, dude. I'm not saying they're perfect, dude. They had a bunch of good ideas, but they lived, and I'm not justifying it. They lived in a time where that was like this. They weren't. The human species hadn't evolved enough yet. You know. All men are created equal, right? You know what we mean, though, right? Yeah, trust me, I get it, bro. Trust me, I'm not saying that they were pieces of dude. George Washington, he was one of the harshest on his slaves, bro. He was bad on his slaves. So yeah, I get that. It was the time. Now, you take that same mind of George Washington in today, if he was born, 40 years ago, he's born in the 80s and he's alive right now with that same mindset, think of what he could do. He's just a product of his environment, right? With the slavery thing. Just like, racism. Racism isn't, you're not born with it. Like George Washington wasn't born racist. He wasn't born wanting to be a slave owner. It was taught, right? Same with today. If you're born into the KKK, you're going to hate black people, right? But you take a white toddler and a black toddler and put them in a room together, there's no racism. They're not like, oh, it's a black baby. Oh, it's a white baby. Like it's something that's taught. You learn it. So that's what I'm saying. They're a product of their environment also. And it doesn't excuse it. It was terrible. It's a terrible thing that happened. And it's just kind of fact of life that we have to live with. But I'm not going to just let that, completely just get rid of all of the good ideas and stuff that they had for freedom, dude, because I'm a huge supporter of the ideas of the founders of this country. Minus that, of course. It's terrible. Yeah, that's true. I mean, but they're learning stuff in kindergarten, right? I mean, public schools are terrible, dude. Thank God I don't have kids, so I don't have to deal with it. But if somehow I end up having a kid, oh gosh, I think it would be such a pain in the butt to have to homeschool your kids. Like I would be very tempted to to send them to public school, off you go. You know what I mean? Let the government take care of you, but I don't think my morals would allow me for that. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty confident that I'm never going to have kids at this point, but I'm just saying it's possible. I still could. And if I did, I don't think that I would ever send them to no government school, man. I'm one of the most anti-government people that you'll ever meet. You know what I mean? I can't stand them, dude. I can't stand the government. I think that they're I think that they're psychopaths. The people that are in the government, the head guys, they're psychopaths. It's a huge conspiracy. They're here to enslave the population. It's been a whole plan for decades, right? And I think that they understand the laws of the universe, dude. They understand the laws of manifestation and the law of attraction and how the universe works. And parallel universes, and like they understand all of this stuff. Why do you think they don't teach this stuff in public schools? The law of attraction, right? And how the universe actually works. They don't teach it because they don't want you to know, because they want to keep all the power for themselves, right? They absolutely know all this stuff. Do you think that the elites of the elites, like the Rothschilds and the presidents and, the government officials, like the head honcho guys, think that they're think even, no one really drinks tap water anymore, but do you think they were drinking tap water back then in like the 90s and stuff? Like we all were. I was drinking tap water in the 90s. Think they were drinking all that fluoride in the water? I don't. Do you think they eat like frozen pizzas and frozen burritos and stuff that like we eat? Do you think they do that? I bet you they don't. They keep all that for knowledge for themselves, right? Government's terrible, man. It's a cancer, like I say, like Adam Kokesh says, and I say, government's like cancer. Just as less cancer is better than more cancer, in the same way, less government's better than more government. And it's a paradigm shift that we're having. I know some people say, oh, well, you have to have government. Without government, I mean, you'd be invaded and, all this stuff. And, how could we ever organize society? So, it's just the beginning. Eventually, people start to realize that you don't actually have to have government. You don't. Now, let's say, everyone would have to get rid of government, I think. This is my opinion. If everyone got rid of government at the same time today, I think we'd be okay. But if just a couple countries got rid of government, yeah, I think probably other countries would come in and try to invade them and take over. I think so. I don't know. Maybe Adam Kokesh wouldn't believe that, or you have some type of intelligent argument that I haven't heard yet, but that's just my opinion. I don't think we're ready for full-on anarchy yet. I think that we're capable of it, absolutely. And so my mission, I don't think I'm going to see it in my lifetime, but my mission is to just at least awaken people that we're capable of it. As human beings, right now, today, we're capable of living in a voluntary society. And just at least for people to at least just understand that in our lifetime, to understand that at least we're capable of it. Then the next generation, maybe they can start slowly implementing stuff, it's going to take time. It's going to take a few generations, but it'll happen. I promise you, there will not be government forever for, the rest of all eternity, dude. No way. I think we're coming close. Next, maybe 100, I say another 100 to 300 years, we'll see no more government. It would be voluntary society. I believe that. But, as long as we have too many people in power right now, like we do, the sickos that infiltrated the government, they have this whole agenda, the New World Order and all that stuff. Of course. No. That's one option, but no. Peacefully dissolve. That's the way. To peacefully dissolve government. So, to peacefully persuade, like Ron Paul says, right? Peaceful persuasion is always better than violence and coercion. To peacefully persuade everyone that nonviolence, the non-aggression principle, is the best way to organize society, and we will peacefully dissolve the United States government. That's how you do it. Not revolution, not a war, right? Because that's just more destruction, right? And Adam Kokesh ran for president in 2020, and I voted for him. He didn't even win the libertarian ticket, but I still voted for him. But He wanted to peacefully dissolve the United States federal government. He was only going to be president long enough to sign an executive order to peacefully dissolve the United States federal government. He was actually running for not president in 2020. And all the assets that the United States federal government owned was going to get distributed amongst every American. And I think it was like, at the time, it was like $13,000 or like 20 something thousand dollars per person in America. And you take everything down to the state level. Right? It's not going to be no government, but you take everything down to the state level. That's a good first step. And then from there, you take everything down to, like, the city and county level. And from there, it's pretty much it. Your work's done. I mean, you can't just go completely no government yet. There has to be something, at least. But I mean, that's the most free that you could be today. Maybe in another 500-600 years we could be even more free than that and not have anything, but I don't know. But at least today, that's the most free we could be today. So no, it'd be peaceful. It's a peaceful thing. And you just got to get enough people to believe in it. That's all. You got to get enough people to the Libertarian Party is the most fastest growing party, especially amongst young people and veterans. So you just got to get more people to believe in libertarianism. And, there's different levels of libertarianism. Some libertarians, in fact, most of them believe in a much, like the libertarians of today are like the old Republicans, right? Limited government, even though like Republicans now, they're not really limited government, right? It's like kind of the old school way. Now they're just like big government still too, right? That's how most libertarians are. Like fiscally conservative and socially liberal. Like we have to have some government, enforce contracts and blah, blah, blah. There's different levels. There's like 4 or 5 different versions. But like me, I'm kind of like the sexy version, right? Like the anarcho-capitalist, the abolition of the state completely, right? But I mean, it can be done. You just got to convince people, hey, maybe there's a better way to organize society than just pointing guns at people through the barrel of a gun by force. Right? Because that's what government is. Everything the government does is with force, right? You guys heard me say that. Everything that the police do is either with force or at least the threat of force. Otherwise, no one would listen to them. Same with the government. All government is with at least the threat of force. And usually the threat of force is just like enough, right? It's like some people say, oh, these libertarians say that taxation is theft, but yet they pay taxes every year. Well, yeah, I mean, do you know what happens to you if you don't pay your taxes, bro? It's like saying, I'm totally against you, the mafia extorting this small business because they set up shop there. But look, the business still pays, right? They still pay it. How could you be against it if you're paying it? Well, it's like, dude, they want to still at least stay in business, right? Right? I mean, come on, dude. You can't clown on me for saying taxation is theft, but then clown on me for paying taxes, bro. I mean, seriously, bro. Like, that would be playing chess. That would be playing checkers, not chess, right? Like, what happens if I just say, fuck it, dude. Taxation is theft. I'm not going to pay. And then, like, they come and arrest me and take me to jail and I go to tax evasion. Now I'm in prison for years. Now I'm definitely not spreading any message, right? So I saw a community post of an activist, a YouTuber, a 1A guy, who put something on there on a TED. I don't think it was a jab at me directly, but he said, some people say taxation is theft, yet they pay taxes every year. It's like, dude, that's such a stupid argument, bro. Right? Like, some people say that murdering is wrong. Or no, some people say that, I don't know, what was a good example for that? Some people say that you shouldn't rob a liquor store, but this guy that works at the liquor store just complied with the robber when he came in with a gun pointed to his head. Right? That's like blaming it's like a narcissistic trait. Like blaming the guy that worked at the liquor store because he complied with the robbery. That's what that means to me, dude, when somebody says that. Right? That's stupid. That's good for you, man. Like I actually got a LLC now, and I'm starting to do everything in my LLC. And I don't think I'm brave enough this year to do not try to file my taxes because I'm just not brave enough yet, man. I don't know what they're going to do. But I know from the research I've done, I'm pretty sure there's no law that says that any regular working class citizen has to pay federal income tax. There's no law. Now there is, I think is it the 13th Amendment or the 16th that says that they can make a federal income tax. But is there any law that says that you have to pay a federal income tax? Now, like, what does the government define as income, as taxable income? To my knowledge, taxable income is a profit. If you start out with a certain amount of money and then you end up with a bunch more money, that money that you gained, that you profited from, that's taxable income. But if I'm like living paycheck to paycheck and spending all the money as it comes in just to live, that's not taxable income. So again, I'm not, I don't think I'm brave enough. I think I'm going to file taxes again this year. But like I think about it, I'm like, okay, I have all these write-offs. I'm learning more and more about the tax code. You guys can do it too. People want to blame the rich because they don't pay that much taxes. Dude, like poor people can do the same stuff, dude. They just don't know how to use the tax code to their advantage. It's not their fault that they know what they're doing. And they got, tax attorneys that teach them the tricks and all that stuff. When you have that much money, like you're going to be able to want to keep your money because they're going to take a shitload of it if you don't, right? But poor people, they don't think about that kind of stuff. But like last year, I didn't hardly even pay any taxes. I didn't. And this year, I think I could probably pay none because I even learned more tricks, dude. So like this year, of course, I'm saving all my receipts of everything I pay for, jotting down all my mileage that I drive. That's all tax write-off. And I spent, a bunch of money on stuff for work. That's all tax write-off. Like, dude, this StreamYard account that I have here that I pay for every month, that's tax write-off. This year, I'm going to write off this room here that I'm using. This is my work, right? This room here, over here, where I do my live streams and stuff. That's square footage that I can write off in my home that I'm using for work. So I got that. There's lots of stuff that I can write off. I don't even think I'll have to hardly pay any taxes if at all. Maybe won't have to pay any. I don't know. Maybe I'll break even this year. Last year, I think I only paid like $300. I actually literally got a refund from state. Doing a 1099. I actually got a refund from state. It was a very small refund. And then my federal was like $200 or $300 or something low. Because I don't make a ton of money. I'm not balling out of control over here. So anyways. Is that what it refers to? I thought it was more like profit. If you make a profit, and even if it's just, if I'm exchanging my time, my labor for money, even if that's income, what's the law on the books that says that you have to pay federal income tax? You're seeing those videos of those like IRS agents. There's that one, like, we'll pay $50,000 to anyone that can show us the law that you have to pay federal income tax. And like, there was this IRS agent and she was like, you know what? Why not? It was a legitimate thing. Like, why not? I'll put this to rest and then I can make $50,000. And like, she did a whole bunch of research. There was this other dude that did a whole bunch of research, and like 3 months later realized like there's no law, and he was an IRS agent and he quit his job. He's like, dang, there's really no law. And like, he realized that he's literally no better than just like the mafia. He realized that because the IRS isn't the government. It's its own like entity. It's not government. It's its own strong arm mafia style entity that the government uses. That's what the IRS is. Oh, is it the 16th? Cool, man. It's the 16th Amendment for the tax, for the federal income tax. Yeah, because like the 16th Amendment came into place in 1913, right? When they made the Federal Reserve. Like that was like the biggest downfall. Like the prior 1913, that was like the best from was 1776 to 1913 was like the best American life you could live, you know? I mean, if you think that, you know, living in today with all the technology and stuff is cooler, then I guess, but as far as actual freedom goes, that was the best. Ever since the Federal Reserve, inflation is just like worse and worse and worse and worse, dude, like bad. Now we're finally getting to the point where it's like the economy is going to break. Like it's going to be a revolution, or it's going to crash, and everyone's going to be, it's already to the point right now where it, like in the United States, you're either poor or rich. The middle class people still think like it's the 50s, and like the middle class is like the backbone. It's like the majority. It's not, dude. Like the middle class is like, it's like 1%. I don't know. We should look it up. I want to look it up. I think the middle class, I'm going to estimate, I think it's like 1% of the population is the middle class. And then the rest is either like you're poor as fuck, like 49%, you're poor as fuck, you're struggling, you're living paycheck to paycheck, and then the rest, other 49% is like 48, whatever. It's like you're rich. I don't know. Let's look it up. Let's see. See if we can figure this out here. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Let's look up 2023, about 51% of Americans lived in middle-class households. It decreased from 61. Okay, I guess I was wrong on that. That's why I said do your own research. 51%? That can't be right. So half? Okay, so it was 61% in 1971, and now it's 51% in 2023. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought it was way less than that. Okay, so half of the United States is middle class, 51%. Down from 61 in 1971. I wonder what it was in like 1950. 1950 was like, you know, the vast majority. Okay, let's see what percentage of poor. 11% below the poverty line. Dang, it's only 11%. I thought it was more than that. $36 million people in the United States live below the poverty line. Okay, let's see about rich. %. The top 10% of households control roughly 60% of the nation's wealth, while the bottom 50% hold about 2.5%. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. According to data from the Federal Reserve, the top 10% of households control approximately 60% of the nation's wealth. Top 1% of households hold a significant portion of the nation's wealth, with data indicating that as of quarter 4 of 2021, they held 30.9% of the country's wealth. Over 50% of households hold a small percentage of total wealth, with data suggesting they own about 2.5%. So what do you think is the idea, guys? Like, how do you fix this? So at the top 1%, they own a huge portion of the nation's wealth. And then at the bottom 50%, they own 2.5%. Like, how do you fix that? I mean, the people that are like, oh, well, we should do wealth distribution. So let's say you take all the money by force, right? You say, okay, look, everyone that's the top 1%, you got to give up, 90% of your wealth and redistribute it so that we can give it to all these poor people here. So that way, every single person has the exact same amount of money in their bank account. We're all even. Okay. What do you think would happen in 5 years? Do you think like in 5 years that the poor would be like prosperous now? Think that number would change? Think it'd be more realistic? Like, would it be a split even now? Or do you think you go back to that same number? What do you think? What about the top 1%? In 5 years, what would this number be? Would that be different? Or would that go back to the same? What do you think, guys? Let's get some votes in here. I mean, if they redistributed all the wealth in 5 years, would it be different? Or would it go back to the same? Would all the money, would the rich be rich again? Because the rich aren't rich anymore. If you do that, they're the same as everyone else. In 5 years, would they be rich again? And then what about like the poor? Are the poor all of a sudden going to be rich now? And the used to be rich, are they going to be poor? Think that's going to happen? Or do you think that probably the rich that have that mindset to be rich and they have that attitude, they're go-getters, they're disciplined, think they're going to be rich again? What are the poor people? Do you think they're going to be rich? Or do you think they're going to have that same mindset that they always had? In 5 years, they'll be broke again like they were? I mean, what do you think, guys? It'd go pretty close to the same. They go back to the same way they were. The vast majority of the rich would no longer be rich. Most of them inherited their money. Okay. I don't know the research on that. I haven't done any research on that. So let's change the question then, John. Let's just talk about the people that weren't born into money. They're self-made, like my grandfather I told you guys about. Like if they did this in 1990 or something, I don't know, when did my grandfather start making a lot of money? I don't even know if it was that young. So go back to 2000. My grandfather, made his first few million. And they redistributed all the money and he was back, he had 5,000 in his bank account again. In 5 years, in 2005, do you think a man like him would be back to having a few million in the bank, or would he still be at 5,000 or less? You know what I mean? Those kind of people. See, it's a mindset, dude. Like there's a reason why they say, what is it, like 90% of people that win the lottery file bankruptcy after a couple years or something? Let's look that up. Let's see. Percentage of people who file bankruptcy after winning The lotto. Says nearly 1/3. Gosh, I'm off. Just see, my stats aren't right. I said 90%. 1/3 of lottery winners eventually declare bankruptcy. And lottery winners are more likely to declare bankruptcy within 3 to 5 years than the average American. Okay, so it is up. It's definitely up. Because winners can become reckless with their newfound wealth. Yeah, so it's 1/3, so 33%. It's still a lot. So, like that's why I say you can't take everything that you hear, because I've heard that it's like 90%, like on a video or something. So like you can't just, and I don't even know how accurate this is either. I'd have to like doing your real research, guys, is not just Googling stuff. It's like you'd have to actually like look at some surveys and look at some actual research. This is just something I found on Google. I don't know how accurate this thing is. NGPF, Next Gen Personal Finance. You know what I mean? So like you can't even believe everything you see on Google either. So, but that's still a lot though, right? Why is that though? Why do they do that? Because they don't know how to manage money, dude. Why is it that that like professional athletes, a lot of them go bankrupt too when they stop playing sports? Because they have all this money coming in. They're making, $50,000 a month, and that's like low end now. Making $100,000 a month, $300,000 a month, $1 million a month, $2 million a month, whatever they're making, dude. I mean, even if you're making $50,000 a month, that's like the low end. It's like, if you're making $50,000 a month, you're like just like a regular player. Maybe you're not like a bench warmer, but you're just like, kind of there, bro. $50,000 a month. Like those guys, when they stop playing, they go broke, dude. Because they just start blowing money, like Chris Rock said. That's why Chris Rock said, that's why black people never get wealth. They're rich, they don't get wealth. Like the owner of the team is wealthy, the players are rich. That's the difference. And that's the reason why there's more white people that have money in the United States, is because they know how to invest their money. They don't just go blow it on rims and spinners and jewelry and stuff. Not all black people do that, but some do, right? And some white people do it too. It's not one size fits all, but there's less white people that do it. That's why people say, oh, you're white privilege and all that. Well, maybe it's just like, white families, typically they teach their children values. And when you buy property, you get a job, and you buy property and you buy a home, and you make investments, you buy things that appreciate. You don't buy things that depreciate. You don't buy Cadillacs and put spinners on them, because that doesn't bring you more money. That's a liability that goes down in value. You lose money by doing that, right? You buy property, buy homes and land, right? So that's the reason why they say white privilege. Well, I mean, white people teach their kids that. It's like a value that, black people seem to have forgot, like that wasn't a thing back in the 60s, bro. Well, black people weren't doing that stuff in the 60s. It's more of like a newer thing, man. Yeah. Are they worth over $1 billion? I heard that he went from billionaire status down to like millionaire status. He lost a whole bunch of money. But they say that Michael Jordan made more, and his salary back in the day, I think at one point he was making like $3 million a year, and then like at his highest point, I think he was making, what was he making, like $10 million a year at his highest in the 90s. Was like, I mean, what's the most this year? Like the highest salary in a year now, it's like 40 million or something. It's way higher, dude. They make so much money. He owns a NASCAR team. I know he owned part of the Wizards, right? Well, he makes investments, right? Like that's what he does with his money. He makes investments to make him more money. He even taught Charles Barkley, "Hey man, why you need all that cash? They were going to give him like $3 million for his deal with Nike. So why don't you take $1 million and then take the rest in shares?" Like, okay, and he did it. And he said, Charles Barkley said he made like 10 times more money that he would have made by taking that advice. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan was a smart man. That's why Michael Jordan has wealth. He's wealthy. He's one of the black people that has wealth. There's all these guys that I was watching. You know, most athletes are black because they're the best at sports. So that's the reason why. But they would say, you know, after I, you know, retired, I just didn't realize, you know, I didn't have a lot because they're spending it as fast as it comes in, but it didn't matter because well, he's got another 100 grand coming in next month. You know, it's fine. So it's fine. But then all of a sudden when it stops coming in, like that's when they realize like, oh shit, dude, I'm fucked. I didn't do anything with this money. I made 20 million in my career and like, you know, over 15 years and I didn't do shit, bro. Like I had nothing, bro. What did I do? I blew it all. That's why they end up being broke and shit. It's just like my dad, dude. My dad is the same way, dude. My dad had it made, man. My dad owned the family business, which is supposed to be my business. I'm the next in line. But my dad fucked it off because he's a fucking idiot. And then my grandfather died. So then, of course, the power of attorney went to my uncle. And then my uncle wasn't going to give me shit because, well, he's going to give it to his family now. And I was the next in line. I'm the oldest grandson. It was my company to run. My grandfather died. That's what screwed me over. So my uncle took over. My dad totally screwed it up. He's an idiot. And then I just kind of got screwed. Like my uncle gave the companies to his son-in-law. He's not even a Cordova, dude. And I'm not hating, dude, because I love my cousin-in-law. He's cool, but it's not his fault. I'm not gonna be a hater on him, but you know, I totally got screwed. But my dad, dude, even he screwed up, man. Like he even got a severance package. They tried to like kick him out of the business because he was a dumbass, and they gave him what they gave him? They gave him like $700,000. They gave him like he got his whole truck paid off, he got his house paid off, and then he got a whole bunch of other stuff, and he got like $400,000 in cash, right? He got all that in one lump sum, dude. Like a smart person would make some investments, bro. And like with $400,000 cash and a full paid off brand new truck and a full paid off house, if you're smart, dude, like that's all you need, bro. You're good. You could make some investments and just live the rest of your life, dude. Totally, you could be wealthy by now. This was like 10 years ago. You'd be wealthy by now. That's not wealthy, you know, that's just, you're doing pretty good. He was like broke in like a year and a half. He just blew it all, dude, going to the casinos. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why people, you know, they ruin their shit. They just think it's like unlimited, bro. I'm like, dude, you're not even a millionaire, bro. You're a thousandaire. Like, what are you doing? Going to the casinos every weekend with your friends and like acting like he's a big baller and paying for all his friends and like living the life like he's the big honcho and shit. And then like a year and a half later, you're broke, bro. Like nothing. It's like selling all his shit. He sold his house like all cheap as fuck and sold everything, dude. He's living in a trailer now. Like, dude, you're an idiot. People are just dumb, dude. They don't know how to. It's like, man, if you just like gave me half your money, give me like 200,000 of that, you wouldn't be broke, man. I'd at least have something there for you. My dad has a very addictive personality. That's why he was addicted to drugs. He's an addictive personality. So, you know, that dopamine hit you get when you win. Who knows how much he wasted in the casinos? Probably tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. He's the type of guy, you could have gave him 10 million. He'd still be broke in like a couple of years. because now he's got 10 million. Now he's buying all kinds of crazy stuff, dude. Doesn't matter. It's that mindset. You're still living within your means, but you're living within your means that I'm just going to blow money. So if I have 400,000 cash, I'm going to live within my means and I'm going to be broke in a year and a half. If I have 10 million cash, I'm going to live within my means and I'm going to be broke in a year and a half. Except I'm just going to buy a Ferrari and I'm going to buy a big mansion. Now I'm going to be blowing money like it ain't no, like instead of playing at the, whatever tables he was playing at, he's going to be playing at the, the $50,000 blackjack tables or whatever, blowing it like that. He'd be broke in a year and a half too. Could have 100 million, dude. Maybe that'll last him a little bit longer. But my dad is the kind of person, give him 100 million, maybe like 5-10 years, and he'll just be broke. 10 years, maybe. Be broke again. Broke. Nothing. Probably dead, actually. Because that much money, he'd probably just overdose on something and be dead. What's up, I'm Wind? There is one thing that I learned about. Did I tell you about my trick, dude, about gambling that I learned? So you go to the roulette table, right? You go to the table or you go to like the electronic ones. And I just wait till it's like 3 reds in a row and then I'll bet a black, bet 10 on black. If it's 3 reds in a row, the chances of it being black is going to be high, right? Let's say it's red again, 4 reds in a row. That's unlikely. All you have to do is double your bet. Now, next time, I bet 20 on black. If it's red again, 5 times in a row, that's very unlikely. All I got to do is double your bet. Now it's 40 because I went to 20. Now it's 40 on black, right? You just double your bet every single time. He goes and it hits 6 reds. Now you just double that, $80. It gets to the point where like you have to, bet a lot of money just to get your money back and a little bit of profit. But it's not going to hit red 50 times in a row. Like it's eventually going to hit black, right? So when it eventually hits black, you get all your money back plus the profit, plus your 10 extra bucks that you bet, right? I learned that, dude. And I made a whole bunch of money doing that. I just waited till it was like 3 reds or 3 blacks, and then I'd bet on the opposite color. And I just keep doubling my bet every time until it finally hit. And then I'd get my money back and I was good. It's literally a foolproof way, dude. As long as you have enough. Like there was one time it went to like, it was like 8 or 9 reds in a row, bro. And I think like, I was like, fuck, I don't know if I have enough money. Like I was running out of money, dude. I did lose some money one time because of that, because I didn't have like enough. I lost a connection to my mouse. I didn't have enough money to like keep doubling my bet. But if you have enough money, there's literally like, if you have, $10,000 and you're only betting, even at $10,000 and you're betting $100 each time. So 100, then you bet 200, then you bet 400, then 800. Like it's never going to hit red that many times in a row that you would go through your whole 10,000, right? There's no way. That would have to go red in a row, like, how many times? Like 50, 60 times before you would lose that 10,000, right? That's not what's going to happen. So it's literally a foolproof way of gambling, dude. I found out my trick. What do you guys think about that? Hold on, I got to figure out. My mouse totally disconnected, dude. I hate this pad thing, so I'll figure this out. Couldn't have died. I just forever disconnected. Okay, we're back. We're back in business. Okay. Oh, really? They removed it in Kentucky? I mean, not Kentucky, Connecticut. Roulette's the best way to go, dude. Unless you really know how to play blackjack, you can make a lot of money. I suck at blackjack. I suck at poker. I'm not good at like Texas Hold'em. What I am good at though is spades. But they don't have spades in the casinos. At least I've never seen it. Maybe in Vegas they do, but pinochle I can hold my own. I could be a really good pinochle player if I played it more. But I was pretty decent at pinochle. I never want to get good at it because that means I'm spending a lot of time in jail. But spades, I spent enough time in jail that like there's not very many people that are better at spades than me. I'm serious. Like there's better people for sure. But it's very rare I'll come across someone that knows spades better than me. I'm not even that good. Like I haven't done that much jail time, so. But I'm like, you know, people say, "Oh, I'm a spadeologist." I wouldn't go that far. Like I've seen people that are like super gangster at spades, dude, like to the max. But I'm pretty good at it. When you guys will see on this documentary, me and my spades partner, which was my celly, we didn't lose one single game. Dude, we got so many soups. This other guys we were playing against, we took all his soups, bro. He had no soups. He couldn't eat, bro. We didn't lose. The only time we lost was because my celly purposely threw the game so that they would keep betting because we were beating everyone so bad. He's like, dude, I was like, dude, what are you doing, bro? And he's like, oh man, I threw that game on purpose, bro. So we so that they would keep betting because they weren't going to bet. They even said, like, this is it. It's my last soup. So I threw it so that they would keep betting us. They could keep, you know, so they would not get discouraged and shit. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, we'd already taken like so much of their commissary. And all it took was me to find someone who like was good at spades with me. If you play with your partner and they suck, it doesn't matter how good you are. But he was good. And he even told me, he's like, dude, I can tell like you're a good player, man. And so like we dominated it, bro. Because people just don't know how to play the game, man. That's the thing. They know how to play it, like the rules, but they don't know the strategy. Yeah, unless you can count cards, though. Then you got the upper hand. And they'll kick you out. They start catching that you're counting cards, they'll just kick you out. But they're corrupt as shit. They even cheat themselves. I mean, if you go once in a while, you go a couple times a year, casino, you know, to have a good time, let loose, you know, you get free drinks, as long as you're gambling, play the slots, do some blackjack, whatever, you know, smoke a cigar, chilling, that's fine. But like when you start getting addicted, because I mean, if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. You know, if you lose 1,000, a couple thousand, I don't know what your financial situation is, but you know, you lose some, cool, then you're done. But like when you keep going back and like, you know, you end up losing like, you know, tens of thousands of dollars a year and shit because you keep, you know, that now it's an issue. So yeah, that's why when I go, I went there with a couple friends years ago, and I was like, I just figured it out. I was like, oh dude, look, I'll just bet on when it's on three reds, then I'll hit it. It was like the electronic one. And I figured out, I was like, oh dude, if I just double my bet, next time I'll get all my money back and then I'll still make a profit. Let's double it. I just figured it out. I did all night. That's all I did was roulette. The whole night, dude. I won a bunch of money. I just figured out a foolproof way to win money at the casino. Right? Do you have any $1,000 tools? What's your most expensive tool, bro? So I'm trying to think what my most expensive tool is. I don't have any like crazy expensive tools. Probably. I don't know, like maybe my drill or my impact. I don't have any expensive, like I got my Sawzall maybe. Got the 18 volt. No, do I have 18 volt? I don't even know what my Sawzall is. Is it 18 volt? It's been so long, dude. Do I have the 12 volt? No, I have the 18 volt. It's not a Sawzall though. It's the it's like a Sawzall, but it's like that more sturdy one. It's like not so vibrationally. It's like the they call it the turkey carver. That's probably my most expensive tool. I don't remember how much I spent for it, but I don't have like really expensive ass tools. I don't even know how to play craps. I just know that your mom was so stupid she took toilet paper to a crap game. That's a joke you didn't miss out on. Dude, I can't believe I got 14 people in here. It's the same people that comment, you know, like you guys aren't the same, aren't different, but like there's more people in here. This channel's growing slowly. So more people coming in here to listen. That's cool. You got a $1,500 demo hammer. I don't have almost anything after the last 2 years. Had to give it up. My airless paint sprayer was $1K. Dang. That's gangster, dude. Sucks you had to give a lot of that stuff up. But you still got a $1,500 demo hammer, huh? See, like my stepdad, dude, he's got like, dude, his tool collection's got to be worth like, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. He has like every single tool. He has like every wrench, every socket, every plier, every screwdriver, every wrench, every drill, every impact, every saw, right? Like, you know, got like the hand saws. He's got freaking table saws, steel saw. Like he could literally like build a house from scratch, bro, from his garage, dude. Like it has all the tools you need to build a whole house. Like that's when you're tooled up, man. When you got everything. Even there's still even some stuff that he doesn't have, but like, I mean, if you need a tool though, like that's why I said, you know, hope maybe like, you know, when he passes, maybe he'll give me some of his tools. Be cool, you know, because I don't really use tools that much, but I mean, I still use tools. You know, I think if you're like a real man, you use some tools at least, you know, like maybe more than just a screwdriver, right? You know, I know how to use some tools, but I want to just have some of his stuff just like for like sentimental value, dude. Like some of his tools are like his dad's tools. Like that's like generational tools, you know what I mean? So that's why I like that stuff. Did you work on a diesel, gas, or both? And like even like, you know, if you're an auto tech, man, like and today, like everything's electronic now, bro. Gas, yeah, most guys are gas. I think the diesel one guys make like more money, right? Do diesel make more than gas? All right. Good night, Q the Audit. Thanks for coming in. Have a good night. I'm gonna probably end it here soon too. We're already going 3.5 hours. Shit. I'm having a good time though, so we'll stay on for maybe another, maybe till 12:30 in my time. But I can't stay up too late, and I can't watch this because usually a lot of times I watch the stream after, and I'll stay up till like 4 in the morning. I can't do that. I just go to sleep. Let's see. Let's change the topic up. Let's talk about. Somebody throw a topic in the chat. We can talk about something new. Anything. We can look it up. We could play a video or something. Yes, they do make more. I wonder why. Because there's more demand, because like most vehicles are gas. Super type A, what's that mean? What's type A? That could be the topic. What's type A mean? I do watch the stream after. I had a body and paint business, so my tools got wrapped up into equipment. Wrapped up into equipment. I don't know what that means. What do you mean? I don't know what personality. Perfectionist? That's what that means? Yes, I am a perfectionist. Is that what that means? I am a perfectionist. Why do you think it takes me 40 hours, like I say, to edit a video? And I'll notice stuff too, like on other people's videos. I'm like, oh, you should have done that thing. But I'm a perfectionist. That's why I like my house. People come into my house and say, oh, I love how your house is so clean. And I'm thinking like, oh, dude, my house is not clean at all right now. My house is a nightmare, bro. You know? But like, yeah, like clean. I can't like sit and chill if my house is cluttered or dirty. I gotta like clean shit up like before every morning, because my house gets dirty throughout the day, because I do use my house. I live in my house. Suji says, oh, I live in my house. Like, yeah, I live in my house too. But like when I wake up the next day, like there's stuff, you know, I got like, I'll have this thing here sitting, you know, the kitchen's kind of messy. I can't just like go throughout the day though. I have to first clean the whole house. Everything's where it goes and it has its spot. I remember one time I had paramedics in here. Somebody messed up their foot and they had to get a paramedic. They had to like drag them out of here in a stretcher thing. And the paramedic was like, oh man, that guy's house was so like every single thing was in its place, like perfectly, you know, like everything has its place. You know, it's like very symmetrical and organized thing. Because I'm OCD. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. And I actually think that I have Tourette syndrome. The more that I've researched it, because I've been diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, but I actually think I have Tourette's. And like most men grow out of Tourette's. And like a lot of people think that Tourette's is just like where you scream, you know, profanities randomly, and that's part of it, but that's like the extreme. It doesn't have to be that. All it is that you have basically OCD, and that you have to have at least one verbal tick. And I used to have this verbal tick when I was a kid. I used to go like this. I don't know if you could hear that, but it was this little tick that I used to do. And my dad would tell me like, stop doing that. And I was like, I couldn't stop doing it, dude. Like you tell me to stop doing it, I had to do it more. And like I would do these ticks, like these weird ticks, and like I'd have to walk up 3 stairs and then down 2 and then all up the full flight. And like even Sweet Tea noticed one thing, like I'd walk around like this table, like let's say this is a table, this is me. I would walk around it, and normally you'd walk around it like this, right? Why would I don't walk around it like that? And I actually noticed I did this in the video of the speed trap video. I noticed I did this because my camera looked this way. I didn't even realize I was doing it at the time, but I'll walk around it and I won't go like this, like normally. I'll go like this. I'll walk around it like this, like the opposite way, like that. And then my camera did that when I was walking around Deborah Swenson's van. And so I was like, oh, I was doing that thing, that tick thing I do. And like she noticed it and she said, oh, I thought it was just like something cool that you did. I thought you were doing like some swagger walking around something. I was like, no, that's like a tick that I have. So like that's, I've never been clinically diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, but I did tell my doctor once about it. She said, yeah, that sounds like Tourette's to me. So I am perfectionist, yeah. You know, it's like it's a curse and a blessing, I guess, you know. No, I haven't seen the South Park Tourette's episode. Oh, you're type A too? Is that why I watch the stream? I don't know why I watch it. I enjoy watching it, really, you know. I don't watch it like over and over again. I just watch it like one time and then I go to bed, you know, because I enjoy watching it, that's all. More teardown work. Diesel has a lot of scheduled maintenance. Okay. I'm just saying I had a lot of tools, but the majority of my high dollars wrapped up into equipment, such as $150,000 paint booth. Oh, okay. I got you. It's wrapped up into equipment. Dang, man, you got some serious tools, bro. For real. I'm a EFNP. See, I don't know those. I think I might have done that at one point, but I don't remember what I am or anything. I'm very type B and I switch to type A turbocharged when it's go time. Oh. Extrovert, intuitive, feeling, perceiving. Okay. I'm definitely not extrovert. I'm definitely introvert. I think I'm intuitive, feeling and perceiving. I might be a INFP. That might be what I am. Probably want to make sure you didn't miss anything. And if it was me, I'd be criticizing myself if I said something stupid. I do that too. I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have said that. Like, oh man, why did I do that? Because I do that a lot. I'm like, oh man, I said something dumb. Whoops. I'm like, oh, it's a good thing it's a small channel here. You know, because I don't really say too much dumb stuff on the DMA channel because I don't do, you know, like 3 and 4 hour live streams on those. Like very specific, get to the point, and then I'm out of there. Oh, they made you read 16 personalities for your DUI classes? Dang, they didn't make me do that. My most expensive tool is my mind. What's up, Nick Johnson? Good to see you, bro. Dude, we got to go back on, dude. We've been slacking, bro. I've been waiting for you to, I know you're busy and stuff. We got to get back to our show. We're supposed to be, we're like a month and a half behind now. That's definitely the most valuable tool, though. And that's what the mind is, right, Nick? It's a tool, right? So to everyone in here, there's 13 people in here. Maybe me and Nick, I think, might be, I don't know, maybe there's other people in here. But me and Nick might be the only ones that are conscious of the fact that the mind is a tool, right? It's not who you are. A lot of people think that like this is who I am, right? A lot of people think that shit. A lot of people think that they're an auto technician. Right? I'm an auto technician. I'm a mechanic. Right? That's not what you really are. That's your ego. That's your mind. Right? So it's a very expensive tool. And it's a great tool. It can do a lot of things, right? Your mind can fix a broken car, right? Put a man on the moon. It can, unless you believe that's fake. It can build a house. It can fix a computer, do a lot of stuff. But it's a tool, though. That's all it is. It's not really who you are. Remember that. I like that, dude. Your mind is AI for your soul. I like that. You have OCD too? Well, how clean is your house, though? That's how you can tell, I think. Like, you know what? One thing that stuck with me, like, I talk a lot of trash about my dad, but there's one thing that he said. He's a smart guy, dude. Like, really just drugs is what kind of like screwed him up. He's a super smart guy, dude. I mean, he was a photojournalist, dude. He was a videographer for Channel 7. Like, I followed in his footsteps, kind of in my own way, though. And, he went to college and everything. And he came over to my house one time, years ago, and he opened my microwave. And he said, hey, you want to know something? You want to know how you can tell something about someone's character? I was like, what? And he said, open their microwave. And that really stuck with me. I was like, wow. I was like, dude, that's good. That's smart. Open someone's microwave. You know how much you can tell about someone's character by just opening their microwave? Right? Now, don't get offended if you got a dirty ass microwave, but like, if you have if you open someone's microwave and it's just fucking clean, you know what that tells you about that person? Number one, it tells you that they're clean, because if their microwave gets dirty, that they have the discipline to just clean it up, just let it get disgusting. But more than that, it tells you that they have the discipline to cover their food. It's something very simple, right? Like, I'll literally go months, sometimes like a whole year without even ever cleaning my microwave, because I'm just disciplined and I cover my food. So fast, not that much of a rush. I just toss it in there and just let it blow up, and then it gets dirty and dirty and dirty, and I say, oh fuck it, I'm too lazy to clean it now, and it just gets worse and worse. Right? It tells you about someone's character. That's what I think. Yeah, I know, but you're eating microwave food. I don't eat microwave food if I have to. I will heat stuff up on the stove if I can. And like pizza, I've been eating reheated pizza. I got to throw that pizza away because it's definitely on its last day now. But I ate it yesterday. It was the last day. And then when I reheat my pizza, I will heat it up in the oven. It doesn't take that much longer. It only takes maybe 6-7 minutes. I don't even preheat it. I just throw it in there. I throw it on 375. Throw it straight in there, and then as soon as it beeps that it hit 375, then I know it's ready. I'm gonna just go pull it out. It's ready. And it's crispy, it's not microwaved, you know what I mean? A microwave makes it kind of soggy. So, but I mean, I know that microwave food's bad for you, but I still microwave stuff sometimes. What else would you expect on a Virgo? See, only you would know that because I don't know Virgos that much because I don't have that much Virgo in my chart. And I'm not really that earthy. I guess I do have Capricorn rising, but you know, your rising is just kind of like how people perceive you. It's not really like who you are, it's just how the world perceives you. So the world perceives me as very Capricorny, but I think I'm probably actually not really very Capricorny, bro. I'm definitely more fiery, more Sagittarius and Taurus. I guess Taurus is Earth, right? Well, I guess I am kind of earthy. Because I have like this weird thing, because like, you know, I'm Sagittarius Sun and then Taurus Moon. So it's, you know, it's like, they're very different. Like Sagittarius is very, you know, spontaneous, you know, passionate, and like Earth is totally, it's like the opposite. It's like very grounded, you know, play it safe. So I do have like, it's a good balance, I guess. But I do notice like both of them coming out of me, but I think the Sagittarius definitely is more prominent for sure. I'm definitely more fiery and passionate. I know you don't. That's good, dude. I mean, that's good. It is. I wish I could do that. Well, maybe someday I will. I think the only way that I'll do that is if I like get married and like, you know, my wife is like that too. She just wants to like, you know, cook food and all good food. It definitely won't be sweet tea. I promise you that, because you know she's like Miss, you know, new queen, dude. She loves the microwave. Okay, bye. Thanks for coming in. Me too, just because I'm like, you know, it's convenient. But you know, even like a burrito, I'll even try to like cook my burrito in the oven too. A microwave burrito, let's throw it in the oven. It tastes better too. Like if you could do air fryer is good too. Use that a lot. I know some people said that air fryer is bad too. Okay, man. Once I make it big, dude. Once I start making, you know, like lackluster money, dude, then I'll hire you, man. You can be my personal. You can like live in my house. You live in my mansion, bro. Be my personal chef. I'm like a live-in chef, dude. That'll be tight. Bread is the most toxic. I mean, yeah, we're definitely not meant to eat bread. Those refined carbohydrates. It's like a man-made thing. I mean, the best diet I think is the caveman diet. So it's meat, eggs, vegetables, and fruit and nuts. Those 5 things. And not cheese. Like cheese is, you know, so it's like dairy. You shouldn't eat any dairy. That's like the most healthy. It's what like the human beings have been eating for like 99% of the human existence. That diet, caveman diet. Well, bread, I mean, bread's been around for what? I don't know. It's been around like 20,000 years or something. People started eating bread. Out of humans have been around for like 150,000 years. So not that much. Might even be less. Might be only 10,000 years. Bread's been around. Oh yeah, you'll sleep with the Morkies? Okay, you can deal with the piss then the loaf does. You can clean it. You can get you a carpet cleaner in there. Beans are a superfood. You know that beans, I believe, are a incomplete protein. Did you know that? Do you know, like if you eat beans and it says, like, you know, if you like eat a can of chili or something, and it says, you know, 17 grams protein. Well, a lot of that protein is not real protein. Maybe the meat protein, full protein, but like they'll say that it's protein. Like peanut butter has about 7 grams of protein per serving. There's no protein in that unless you eat it with bread. If you eat a peanut butter and jelly, then you get the protein, but it's missing an amino acid. There's the 7 essential aminos that makes protein. And peanuts are missing one of those essential amino acids. So it's not a complete protein. So you can't just eat peanuts and get the protein. I mean, you can eat peanuts to get, you know, calories if you're trying to put on weight, but not for protein though. You can't count it as like your workout for protein unless you eat it with bread or rice. That's why rice and beans go together, right? Because it completes the protein. Peanut butter and jelly completes the protein. Beans are toxins. Beans are not toxins. Peanuts are actually nuts. I mean, you can eat beans for the protein, but you got to eat rice with them. Got to eat something that's going to, you know, bread, maybe a tortilla. I'm not sure. Dude, how do you know so much, bro? You have like so much information about stuff. I mean, I thought I knew a lot. But you know a lot. That's good. Do a lot of research. That's true. Carbohydrates equal sugar. I mean, all a carbohydrate is sugar. It's just it's not broken down into sugar yet. It's like, you know, you have like whey protein. You got whey protein isolate, which is like the good stuff for post-workout. Then you have like whey protein concentrate, which is like it's good, but it's not quite as good. It's just like different levels of breakdown. Like isolate, it's called isolate because it's isolated into the last phase before it turns into usable protein. So it's very fast absorbing because it's bam, it's in your body. And then concentrates, you know, like isolates like 45 minutes and then concentrates like an hour and a half, still fast. You know, and then you got like eggs. Eggs are like, you know, 3 hours, it's like normal. You know, like chicken and beef are like, you know, 4 or 5 hours are more slow releasing protein. So the same thing with like carbohydrates. Like carbohydrates is just sugar. Like you can literally take like a saltine cracker, like pure carbs, right? And you just stick it on your tongue and just let it sit there. Just you can chew it up if you want. Just don't swallow it though. Just let it sit in your mouth for a while. It'll start to taste sweet after a while because your saliva is breaking it down and it's turning it into sugar. Try it. And like fiber not gets rid of, but like counteracts, I guess, carbs, right? So like the more fiber you have in your diet, the less carbs are going to like make you fat. So there was these one bars, these protein bars I used to eat. They're called Victory bars. They were so bomb, dude. I love Victory bars. I can't even find them anymore. I think they like kind of went out of business. I think they did. I think went out of business, or kind of. But they were so good. But like they had so much fiber in them, dude. Like they would make me shit. If I ate more than 2, I'd get like diarrhea. I couldn't eat too many of them, but they were so good, man. I love those things. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate everyone. Have a great night. All right, peace.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.